welcome back to the Threehold Vanishings. Threehold because it's the third one.
Well played.
I'm keeping that, so
well played.
Fuck it. Yes, we're back. Back once again. Not doing it.
Are we back like Backstreet's boys back, or
Get out.
so that's a no then?
That's staying in.
Definitely. Yep. So, yes, this one's going to be slightly different because at the end of the last. Oh yeah, I need to ask: is anybody going to be spending? Has anybody got any ranks they're going to be spending on extra bennies or anything like that?
No,
or,
I'm good.
No, don't look like it.
Are we happy as we are? And oh wait, I forgot you're not here yet. So yeah, you won't be spending anything.
Opportunity missed.
Yeah, I know. But my aunt's impression isn't great. So, plus I can't throw my voice over to the other side of the microphone.
Just do your best Alan Carr.
I almost did my Jimmy Carr. Anyway, so yeah, basically what happened in the last session was, at the very end of it, you got the revelation that the girl you've been searching for has been found alive. Jenny Floss has been found alive. Now, a few days have passed, probably, because that was a Friday, I'm probably going to say the weekend or something. Jenny's had time to, get, grilled by Barnes & Noble, the agents, had 8 hours grilling, taken home, basically told, you are staying here, you are not to leave the house, only, sort of, what they called authorised visitors and stuff like that, and she's basically just been locked up over the weekend. Had Huey, Dewey, and Louie taking turns to watch over her house. I think Dewey's there at the moment, which is probably not a good sign because he's not much of a cop. Could be to do with his wife, I don't know. As long as somebody else gets the reference, it's fine. Sit and smile all you like. Jenny's basically been at home for a couple of days, and you're now back at you would be back at school. But I'm probably going to do I like the idea of a little scene with it would have been Michael and Harrison at the HQ, not the school paper HQ, but the HQ that you've got, which is in the centre of the old. It's like a machine graveyard almost. It's all the machinery from the logging camp that's dead, and you basically found a porter cabin sort of thing in the middle. You know
the location of Kenny's logging?
Yeah.
Is it just off a highway?
It may be.
And where does that highway lead?
Possibly to. It does have some warning signs on there.
Could it be some kind of, I don't know, say
danger zone?
Yes. Yes, it could very well be. These signs are red and do have little bands over there. Oh, now he gets the music.
You have to go all the way to the end to get me to get a show. You know this. Anything to do with music, you've got to spoon feed me.
Reference a random TV show and then just danger zone.
Cheese.
Anyway, I like the idea of just starting it out there with, it would be you and Michael sort of, but I think maybe the first time you've introduced Lexi to I don't know, the HQ, it's in the middle of this machine graveyard. The machine graveyard, you've come up with the term the Madlands, because it's just kind of you have to cross, you come out of the city, you go across a bit of grass, you go over a little dip, sort of, not dip, a little rise, and then there's a canal with a sunken Pontiac or something in there, and you have to just sort of, it's a black Pontiac, so you just kind of, you can tell because you've always known it's there, so you can kind of jump on the roof and, jump over and go into the thing. It's kind of you showing...
We said it wasn't a convertible, didn't we? Because that would cause some kind of
issues. If it was a convertible, that would just be... And if it opened somehow, this car's been under there for years, since just after Kenny's logging closed.
Maybe they were travelling too fast down the highway to the danger zone.
Possibly. Or possibly somebody was embezzling. Or, or something of that ilk.
I like Prince of
Did they put it in Tom Cruise control?
Do you want to just keep going?
I'm just going to go. I'm leaving. Yeah,
you've peaked. Okay.
You're not getting anything better than that.
As long as you've peaked. I don't know. We might get some more out of you. Don't be afraid to keep coming out with them,
No,
Ben. If you come up with any others as well, as long as they are broadcastable.
They won't be.
That's all right. Anyway, so yeah, I liked the idea of that. It's not maybe not the first time. I don't know. Would Lexi have seen this HQ? I mean, her place is the school. She's either at school or at home, or I don't know. Lexi, do you have friends?
No, I don't have any friends.
Not anymore, apparently, because you fucked them all off. Because they're all cheerleaders. You're now temporarily not a cheerleader,
That's
so
exactly
they
right.
can't see you anymore.
No, they hate me now.
They can't see you anymore.
No, they just
Marcy
like me.
has won, essentially, and taken all of your friends.
That bitch is going down.
She's won and taken all of your friends. She has literally taken over the
say
club.
those friends. They're all like backstabbing bitches.
All right. Well, at this point, you've got your pilfered coat that you had last time. How have you decorated your coat?
Put glitter all over it.
All over it.
Unicorns as well. You should
Actual
see them.
unicorns.
Yeah, real
Like-
unicorns.
I'm thinking like little sew-on things that you can iron on, like iron-on unicorn
I
things.
don't use an iron. I got some glue, got some glitter. Boom.
All right. Okay. So it's kind of a bit of a.
Are there any avian variety animals near this highway?
Possibly. It's a highway, and generally highways are quite long and wide, and they cover a lot of ground. So the chances are you will find some sort of avian life forms soaring over them.
Any specific?
I don't know.
Geese? Goose? Goose?
And
I'm
you know
playing
what?
the long game.
And you know what? Occasionally in winter, there has been known to be an Iceman. Yep.
You need to spoon feed me better. I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
We'll lend you the film. It's fine. Okay. So anyway, Lexi's. So we've done Lexi's coat. Also, on this point, you've been nursing a bandaged hand, quite a seriously bandaged hand for the past couple of days, and the suspension from the cheer squad. How have you been hiding this from your mum?
I did it, I told her.
You just told her.
Yeah, like, Mum, I got a gash from my hand. I've been kicked off the cheerleading squad.
Do we have this interaction, or are you just gonna?
She bitch slapped me and sent me to my room.
That does sound about right, because literally everyone, the dad's fucked up. He's ended up in jail. She's doing her best to make sure the kids aren't fucking up. The older your older sisters are at that point now where they're just like, shut up, mum, and they'll just walk away. You're at the point where you are literally on that turning point where your mum will, she's like, you cannot fuck this up, please just do everything you can to be a nice, upstanding young. But apparently you're going down this dark road.
Yeah, fucking everyone up with me as well.
Okay.
Dragging you all down.
That's fine.
Coming on me.
Okay. So, yeah, the idea is, I just thought this whole, you introducing Lexi to the HQ, going through the Madlands and going to the HQ. Now, do we roll for you going across this canal thing, or do we walk through it verbally? Or
You know Lexi's friends?
Yes.
So she's lost all of her friends.
Basically, her group are her crew or whatever, are this very, very shallow. I'm not going to make a reference to that film again, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very, very shallow. If you're not a cheerleader, they're all cheerleaders. If you're not a cheerleader, they can't see you. If you're not a footballer, they can't go out with you. You are literally either part of that. She is.
And she's no longer part of that
It's
group.
like she's vanished.
So you would say
Even
she's
though-
a maverick.
Possibly. Do you know what? Take the Benny. Take the Benny. Fine. Take the Benny.
You never give me that extra benefit for not whatever I was meant to do.
Yeah, no, but then it rolled over and you
That
never
wasn't
got it
fair,
anyway.
you never
So.
give it
It
me.
was at the end of the session.
You never give it me. That's
Well,
really-
I give the Bennies out here. Thank you.
My name is Ben.
Right, you're going to call me Benny from now on.
Yes.
You're just looking up the names of people, the cast from Top Gun, aren't you?
No.
Show you from.
Cast of Tottenham. Really, did you have the cast of Tottenham on your phone?
Just trying to figure out how I can
Here's
all up
here's a
here.
Benny, Chris.
You take that, Benny. Do
I'm
you know
just
what?
trying to figure out how I can get a Val Kilmer pun into this next sentence.
Well,
I'll get there.
we will see. Now, even Lexi's best friend in this group, if you actually had a best friend, the one who you thought would have least likely to screw you over, you found out almost immediately that not in the same way as the others, but she's basically been pressured by the others. She even sort of like, sorry, and just sort of did one and left you, and you are on your own, in your long coat, looking a bit like Daria.
Darth Vader.
No. Even your best friend, Valerie Kilmer.
Take a Benny, Chris.
Thank you. Has done one on you.
You had a better one. Has he stole your thunder?
It's not like the first time that happened or anything.
Or is it an F-16 Lightning that he's stolen?
Anyway.
That wasn't that good.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I've had enough. I'm done.
And currently Marcy, who is basically she is rubbing this in your face. She's staying public. She's staying public so that absolutely you have no chance of getting anywhere near her and throwing any kind of punches because she's staying so public and
Can I hit her
viewed
with a cat?
by everyone that she's in the cafeteria and you pass her and she's just like, she's like, haha, and it's like she's seeing you. You know she's seeing you, and you know that she's literally, you can literally walk past her and be like, flipping of the bird, and it will make absolutely no difference. I think there's a stool over there. Sorry. Literally you can flip her off, and even, it's weird because even though her boyfriend, a guy whose surname is Skerritt, Shameless or a guy, I'm not sure if his first name's Tom, but a guy called Skerritt. He actually sees you and is like, he sees you go past and flip her off, but sort of like then looks at her and is like, hello, he's not the brightest of people. So anyway, let's go to you are literally, I like the idea of you two being introduced to this, or you introducing her to the HQ. And Michael being here now would be able to introduce her to the HQ as well. It's been a couple of days since Jenny was found, and basically this is what's happened in the intervening time. This is just one scene that's happened in the intervening time, which is, about the HQ, about this sort of like a porter cabin thing in the middle of the, you call it the Madlands. It's basically this machine graveyard, the leftovers from Kenny's logging.
It takes my breath away.
By the highway to the rather hazardous zone.
It really is breathtaking.
Absolutely.
It does take.
Makes me want to eat bacon and eggs. I don't know. I know Hot Shots better than I know Top Gun, so I just.
To be fair, we've done all the.
I don't know.
I feel like we've exhausted Top Gun.
I feel like if I've got this list, you two should not be able to.
You're not having another Benny.
I don't want another Benny.
Even though you're saying Top Pun. Top
Pun is the game that this has turned into.
Yes,
it's a game that I've won.
Now it's going to turn into the two of you basically and taking Lexi to see this HQ, which is basically where you put all the weird videos. All the weird photographs, because this is the 80s, why would you have videos? Really, are we going to go through another film? No, phone down. All the weird photographs of all the weird stuff that you guys have managed to collate together, and all the random bits of evidence that don't really mean anything, or that at least you don't think mean anything. There is a canal, there's like a rise, and then there's like this dip where there's a canal, and there's a Pontiac in there, and it literally involves a sort of hop and a jump over it. If you'd like to roll me some scamper rolls, who would be going first in this? I'm assuming one of you two would lead because you're leading her.
I have a D8.
My scamper.
Okay. That is that a 9?
That is a no. Yeah.
Yeah.
My maths is
So
wrong.
that's with the shift. So you've done this plenty of times, so you do this absolutely no problems whatsoever. But it's weird because this car, it's just, the roof's just, like that video of Dynamo doing the walk with bunny ears on the Thames when it's really glass, like an inch under the water.
I actually thought you meant he did a walk with bunny ears. I think that was the trick.
Like I say, I've done this loads of times. It is just like riding a horse.
Yes. Michael,
Okay.
have you got any sort of... Oh yeah, sweet. Oh, double fours, roll them again. Okay, so yeah, both done, not with a shift, but you do it there well enough. There's kind of like a little ooh in the middle of it. You put your foot down, it skids, but you get over it anyway. Lexi,
I'm gonna fall in. Oh, I didn't fall in.
you got the 4?
Yeah.
That's fine. Same again. there's a little whoop, but you get over it because the roof of this thing is shiny. It's the fucking top of a car. Even though it's been in there for a while, it might be slightly like have some surface algae on it or something.
Have a bit of rust.
Well, Chloe wouldn't be there during this scene. So this is literally, unless you would like to have her in this scene, but this is the first time these two have introduced somebody to their... Maybe you've already seen the HQ.
Yeah,
on
I'm
that
sure
land,
she would know.
being more of a geek than Lexi.
Probably.
It's up to you.
No, I'll pass this in.
Okay. You guys basically get to this thing, and it's not dirty. I mean, from the outside it looks a bit weather beaten and stuff, but on the inside it's it's clean, it's dry, and clean enough and dry enough. You've got like the corkboard wall sort of things, like corkboards, but loads of them on the wall, and you've managed to salvage loads of things from the old office from Kenny's logging, and you've managed to put this post-its and all sorts, and just like managed to string together all this crazy stuff. You've actually built like a map of the town on the thing using the pins and string to actually do that, and you've got the highway to the danger zone at the bottom. And you guys don't like leaving Freehold. If you leave Freehold, you feel in danger, so that must be why. I don't know. I think we're
It's
happy
more
with the
dangerous
fact.
than hellish.
Yeah, I'd say it's You're just kind of more worried about, and so it begins. You're more worried about leaving the town than you are about anything that might happen. You just kind of feel at home in your hometown. Strangely enough.
So, Lexi, this is HQ.
How would she react to this? It's
smells.
not. Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Yeah, well, it might smell, but it's
It
ours.
smells.
Yeah.
It's dirty.
Like somebody's arse.
It's essentially our bat cave.
I'll edit that out. It's fine.
Okay.
Bat cave. Does she not know what a bat cave is? From I'm sure every kid will know what Batman is.
Batman, bat cave.
Batman.
I'm Batman. He's
Batman?
Robin.
Whoa.
If he's Batman,
He's your Robin. You're Batman. He's Robin. Shit.
I've got to see myself as Batman.
That's a good point.
What does that
would
make
you
me?
let him have that because
Yeah.
of?
He hasn't got anything going on
He
at
can
all,
see
has he?
himself as Batman. You know, I've got to have
Robin
some.
Mission of God.
Oh, while
parents are
while
dead.
we're on that, before we continue with this thing, this can be one scene with lots of flash forwards and flashbacks and stuff. We've already discussed Lexi's coat. The locker. How long do you reckon you were in that locker, and who do you reckon came to prize you out?
I would say I was in there essentially an hour.
Through an entire lesson.
Yeah.
It was Pythagoras von Beethoven who found you. He stalks the holes as a hole monitor. I reckon he would have most likely found you.
Yeah. I was going to go for the janitor.
Okay.
Creepy janitor.
He's not that creepy.
Like Filch. He's Filch from Harry Potter, which hasn't been invented yet.
Yeah, exactly. Who?
A man in my head.
Felch?
Richard
No,
Gere's been
it's
invented at this point.
I'm getting dragged.
You can edit that out.
I'm getting dragged into his world with all the horrible stuff. So yes,
And hamsters have been
Filch.
invented.
Stop it.
Right, okay.
Anyway. Yeah.
Tubes have been
Oh yeah.
invented.
Yeah. Hello Sam, by the way, because I'm sure he'll love this.
I hope he isn't the devout Christian.
No. No, he's not.
We can go worse.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sure it'll get worse. I think he'll have
Or
got.
potentially any other religion.
He'll have. Yeah. No.
To be fair.
I'm not
Yeah.
supposed to be doing outside talk of this thing and during this thing, but for the whole immersion thing. But do you know what?
Do you want to come next
The
week?
guy's 2 years older than me, so yes. If he comes and plays, I won't be the oldest.
Wait.
How can you be 2 years older than Infinite?
2 years older than
I didn't think
Infinite.
Infinite plus 2 was a thing.
Right. Anyway, back to the game. Do you want to get yours in? Go on.
Wait,
get yours
did
in.
Adam and Eve have like older siblings? Was there anyone knocking about before
How
then?
would he know he fucking created him?
No, he was there, weren't he?
He made Adam and Eve and he was leftovers.
I was
He
the
hiding in a
snake.
bush, weren't
Saying, "Come here and eat my tangerine."
There's literally... Was it a tangerine? It was an apple. you
I
fuck.
know. I went to a Catholic school, of course I know.
Was it an alternate history?
Yeah, come here and eat my guava. Yeah.
It was an avocado.
Yeah, he knows the real.
Family's fake news.
Damn hipsters.
Yeah. Come here and eat this, suggestively shaped avocado. Anyway, now.
How did you make that gesture as if you had hands? You were a snake. Snake hands. I've never seen a snake with hands.
Okay.
Anyway, it's your story.
I'm like Hiss.
You
I
made-
don't know. Like some cartoon snake who gestures with his hands. Anyway, so yeah, how long before you got out of this thing? A good hour.
Yeah. Well, that's how long it seemed for me.
Jensen didn't actually manage to weld you in there because there were too many witnesses, but he managed to wedge you in there quite badly. You got a serious wedgie. You were face to face with
I had a small amount of room.
you were face to face with David Hasselhoff.
I did nothing then. I did nothing.
By the time you got out of this thing, what were the first words out of your mouth when this sort of locker door just got like, you heard bang, bang, bit of swearing, bang, and this door opens, and you got pulled out of there.
Well, I think I've become accustomed to the dark.
It's an hour.
Yeah.
We have no power.
Would you say that the darkness became?
It burns.
I suppose you don't have electric at home, do you?
That does.
You might be able to see in the darkness, but I was born in the darkness.
Who was that?
It was your mum.
Take a Benny.
It's my game to get the pennies now. Actually, I'll take these because I can add these to my card. Anyway, so yes, first words out your mouth.
Anything I would have come back with would have been edited out. So
Yeah. I've got to win something.
yeah, he makes himself win. Oh look, nobody said anything back to this joke I just made.
What it actually is at the end, it's
No,
just
not
him
really.
just talking. We're not. He took us all out. Just him talking about
So it's
the story.
completely as though you've not even been in there. You sort of turn around and just carry on walking.
No, actually.
Pythagoras is sort of, excuse me, young man, and then you sort of like, yeah, or what?
No, I'm going to fall on the floor.
Like PTSD, you just come out and go. Ah!
He's fine for the first 5 minutes. Then he's going.
It's like the Kill Bill, the Touch of Death. He gets 10 steps and then just goes.
I'm going to go down that route of trying to freak him out though, with enough time then to escape.
This is an
So-
old man. You might give him a heart attack.
Like
That's
making
fine,
eye
that's
contact
fine.
while you poo yourself.
I'm gonna fall on the floor. I'm gonna fall on the floor like a vampire, like it burns. And then while he's freaked out, I'm just gonna run away.
Okay,
Yeah, I've got up obviously.
He's going to see you get up.
that's
He's
fine.
old.
Yeah, he's of no. There's not even a point in rolling for him to chase you because
So why are you falling
roll
on
me
the
a
floor?
scamper roll anyway, just for the
Pretend
sake
to
of.
I fell out of a locker. I was
It
leaning
don't
against
matter.
the door, staring at David Hasselhoff's face.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Face.
Crotch.
Chest hair. Anyway, so yeah, flashback to present, or present-ish, because this is sort of a past one, but not quite present. You're introducing Lexi to this thing. She's got in and gone, it smells. Guided tour? How do you describe this thing? Is there any furniture in there? We talked about the corkboard wall.
There's a couple of chairs.
Okay.
A couple of chairs, like camping chairs. You know the kind with like cup
Material
holders in the
stretched
arm.
across.
Yeah.
Which you've probably salvaged from maybe a trip to the Super Bowl. Or
Salvaged.
something. Yes, pilfered. Yes, there's weirdly though this thing is kitted out for 2 people, not 4 or even 3. Maybe Chloe would have a stool there. I'm not sure. or like a.
I mean,
Maybe Chloe would have a sort of something. Oh fuck off. Something to sit
Some
on.
kind of seating
Some
arrangement.
kind of seating arrangement. I'm really going to have to watch out this evening, aren't I?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Chloe would have some sort of seating arrangement. Maybe a workstation. Do you all have a workstation sort of thing? Or is it literally just the 2 of you sitting this thing and look up at the wall and go...
That's pretty much the
Yeah.
scale
like
of
the
it.
wish wall, but with things you're trying to figure out. And you
Yes.
just sit there like Wayne and Garth on the car going, I think we're alone in the universe.
Do you know, the one thing that I wanted to point out to Lexi was that we don't yet have a slogan for our club.
Yes.
And so you've got cork boards around the place, and above the map, there should be a slogan. There's like a paper scroll laid out for a slogan.
Is it in Latin by any chance?
No, there's nothing on it. It's just blank, as if we're awaiting a slogan. So Lexi, for this club of ours,
Yes.
Do you think that we should have a slogan? Look, there's space for it up there.
Pause button at the ready.
I think we should clean because it's a fucking shithole.
Okay.
That's very in character for us.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
Slogan should be, this is a shithole, clean.
It's fine. There's still space. It can be a working title.
Yeah.
You know what the slogan should be?
Okay.
Well, I don't like.
It's really strange because you had one title that Chloe was really interested in because she's quite a history buff.
Well, I know what it could be.
What's that, Lexi?
What about Turkey wins alone?
In jokes. Really? And this is the point where Michael leaves the group.
Jesus, I've seen worse. I've seen.
I like you being quite sort of just brushing this off.
Trying to.
Okay, and it's going to be written in bright red letters.
Oh no, it's not going up.
No, we have
All
a
right,
vote.
okay. Oh yeah, sorry, this is your place, isn't it? She can't just come in and there'd have to be some sort of vote.
To say that,
But you'd have to wait.
No,
you'd
what
have
we
to wait
wanted
for
to
Chloe
do-
to turn
what
up
we
before you
wanted
could have a
to
proper
do-
vote because this is part of the group.
We wanted to try and get her to come up with something, so it would include her, because at the
All
moment,
right,
she
okay, to make her
doesn't
feel part of it.
Yeah,
because
she'll
she's
feel
not
part
really
of it
got a
at the moment.
workstation or anything.
She's not buying
just-
it, to be fair.
Okay, she really still thinks this place stinks. So yeah, okay. Well, that was yeah. From this, I mean, you'd sort of mooch around inside this thing, and I'm gonna flip this one, this card, and I'm gonna say that from outside you hear this sort of
Harrison! H! Are you in there? Right, so I run to the window.
Okay.
Does it have windows?
Yeah, it's got like the little porter cabin window.
I run
things.
to the porter cabin window.
You have to kind of like
Yeah.
on
Wipe
the
shit
glass,
off
yeah. With a thumb in the edge of your coat to sort of clean the window, and you look outside and you're like, you can't see anything. You're like, but then I'm over here. Hey, where are you?
What's the code word?
Can anyone else? Can anyone else hear that, or am I like?
Everyone else can hear
All
it.
right,
It's
okay.
just you.
Yeah, I'll just start a check.
No, everyone else can hear it as well.
So I run outside to see what's going on.
Okay, and like from the like on the outskirts, like Zoe's sort of kind of putting a toe in and being like, nah, fuck this, it's too scary. Geordie, not Georgie. Was it Georgie or Geordie? I think it was Geordie or Georgie. I don't remember his name. I've been looking at it all week. I think it's Georgie, but I've just watched the film It, so I might be mistaken. Let's say Georgie. I think it was Geordie that you pitched to me, and then I fucked up and I made it Georgie. So now his name's Georgie. So Georgie, that's the one. He's basically stood on the periphery of this of what you call the Madlands, or what you two call the Madlands, and he's jumping up and down like, hey, giving it the Team America while spitting into a spittoon, apparently. Giving it the Team America sort of, hey, I'm over here. And he's sort of like, he's beckoning you over, like, sort of.
What?
I mean,
What?
It's
What do you
a
want?
short time before school anyway.
What do you want?
You go over to him and it's like, hey, wingman, hey, buddy, pal, friend. He's been hanging around with you and Mikey Floss, like, coming bringing you shit.
Hey, Jock, buddy pal.
After agreeing to work for you, and you've been like, giving him the official seal of approval. He's like, it's my boy, it's my friend. I'm friends with Harrison. I'm friends with Little. I'm friends with Harrison. He's amazing. He's better than his brother, and he's kind of working on your PR, but he's got. It's like an ant trying to scale a pyramid. It's just not going to happen. But he's there doing his work for you.
Could scale
But
pyramid.
he's like, yeah, I know, but it'd take him ages, and it'd be a very difficult task. It's just a matter of time. So, anyway, pedant. He's just there on the edge, going. So what do you know?
I know that you shouldn't be here.
Of course I'm not. This scares me. And
good.
he points at the area. He's like, I'm not going in there. Are you coming to school?
Not just yet.
He's like, all right.
I have important stuff and things.
He's like, well, I've got you more important stuff, but are you sure you want these to hear? It's important.
No, I'll come over now. So I walk over to him.
Okay, yeah, because he was shouting it. He's like, I heard a bunch of kids talking, and they were like, they were saying they were going over to old man Ackerman's house. Old man Ackerman, old guy, crazy, lives on 16 candles. He apparently they've been throwing rocks at his house. They're calling him the Tinder Man. I mean, yeah, like he keeps coming out and like picking up bits of wood for his fire and stuff. And that's the only time anyone sees him. But they keep calling him the Tinder Man and throw rocks at his house. Do you want to come and throw a rock at his house before we go to school?
No, it's okay.
All right.
But thank you for the information.
I'm going to go anyway if that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, see you in school.
All right, okay. I kind of didn't want to go on my own because he might actually be the Tinder Man.
You got out there on your own. You'll be fine.
I'm not worried, and he just totally fluffs off. He's like, yeah, I'm fucking big man, got all my friends and stuff. And he literally just he's like, no, I've got this. I'll throw an extra big stone. I'll throw one for you as well, and one for Mikey because although we got his sister back, I still blame the guy, and he's fallen into this absolute bullshit that the other kids seem to have gone into as well. He's like, the house is pretty scary though. So yeah. Anyway, I'll see you later, and just like does one, and he just he runs away, arms flailing and coat out behind him, sort of thing. The careless run that kids do. What we might do there because we've done.
Is he running down the highway?
No.
I'm going to say that is.
No, he's running across. He runs over, just like jumps over that canal. Just a little light touch on the car, goes over the top of it, and he's up over the hill, and he's gone. Okay, so this would basically be you've introduced her to the HQ. She wasn't impressed. You've kind of shunned Georgie, Jeff, Phil, Bob, Rita, Sue, Bob.
Let's actually get a name nailed down for him.
I think his name was Georgie. It's just because you pitched Geordie to me, I keep backing up towards Geordie, but then I've watched it, so I'm thinking Georgie. Plus, I also really.
I say we call him Phil.
We'll just call him G.
Oh, he'd
JJ.
like that because you're H, aren't you? And he really wants people to call him G, but it's going to be one of those nicknames that only he wants people to call him, but everyone's just like Georgie.
Call him Georgina. You'll love that.
He'll just get shit for it. I mean, the thing is though, this kid looks as though he gets a lot of shit from people because he's like you said, he's small, he's weird. He looks like his mum cuts his hair, not the way your mum cuts your hair with a bowl, Michael, but like his mum cuts his hair with like scissors, but leaves it long. Not cool, hit Ben. So yeah. Anyway, you get to the school and immediately
He's got hair like Simon Cowell now.
you'll clock Chloe on the way in, and you're just kind of walking together. And I'm assuming Lexi would spot Marcy in the group on one side and try and go off past them and get she's not missing any opportunities to potentially pull this girl to one side and give her a stuffing. And Chloe, as soon as she gets into the school, is immediately, it's like she's there 1 minute, she's gone the next. And we come back to you in a second. So the rest of you, what would be? I mean, the school is still, even though Jenny Floss is back, there is still, it's general knowledge, there is still a murderer on the loose. There is still a child killer. People are sort of asking each other, do you think they had a change of heart? Do you think they chickened out? And it's all this sort of stuff that they're asking each other. There's rumours about all sorts. Even one kid's trying to start a rumour about it being aliens. Aliens abducted her and then brought her back.
I'm casually walking around the halls, ripping down the wanted posters. The missing posters.
Yes.
Like, come on, she's back, everyone.
No, that's cool because I mean, you're all pretty.
Is there a reward in those?
She's back now,
You're all pretty
Is there a
gutted.
reward on those leaflets? Then?
No, you're all pretty
We
gutted.
find her.
The reward was finding your
Kidnap her
classmate. But the what you call it, the general sort of, you're quite pissed off. I mean, you two specifically about this, especially you, because your mission, your erstwhile mission, has just been like quashed, you know, because this girl's back. It's nice that she's back and everything, but it's a bit shit because you're just like, well, we wanted to find her. You know, we did all the hard work.
That was my path into the football team.
Exactly. I mean, you're already headed there, but you know, you're just trying to
I have an idea.
speed your watch go up. What is your idea,
We should
Lexi?
kidnap her again. And then you can find her and get into the team.
I'm just going to veto that because it doesn't fit in with the whole child film
Why not?
80s. Kids don't kidnap other kids.
Yeah, they do.
I'm sure I've seen a film where kidnapped a kid.
It probably wasn't a PG-13 film.
No, it ended nicely. I
Did
think
it involve a lot of kids waking up on an island? So, Chloe, you basically got into school minding your own business and were very, very swiftly just... You find yourself... You were in the corridor 1 minute, then you sat in the vice principal's office, which is very, very... It's obsessively neat, annoyingly so. And you find yourself sat with the 2 agents. Now, this ambush thing, I don't know if this is their way of, you know, just like... This is just how they do things, or whether this is just whether there's this, you know, it was just they saw you and went, oh, you know, we've got some time. So the room of the deputy principal it's obsessively neat, blinds down. There's a desk lamp on it. The blinds are shut, even though it's like the morning, so it's like bright outside. There is a video camera the size of a toaster on a tripod in the corner of the room. I'm assuming because they're documenting all of the interviews that they've done with the teachers and stuff. Now, on the desk in front of you, there's like a card, you know, one of the business cards for the pair of them. It's there. It's kind of wrinkled because you picked it up and gone. Maybe not like that into your own face. You know what I mean. Shut up. So you flicked it back on the desk and then sat there with your arms folded. Agent Noble is sat on one of these plastic, you know, kids' chairs on the other side of the desk. And he's just been staring at you for 5 minutes while you've sat there with your arms folded. Agent Barnes, like, Noble is older, grey-haired, but looks like, you know, he knows what's going on. He's not like, you know, codgery or anything. Barnes, younger, black guy, just like, except he stands up against the back wall, and it's like good cop, bad cop all the way.
He's called John
Barnes.
Yeah.
For this, maybe, but you don't know his first name. But
Described.
you can speculate. Okay, so yeah, they're just staring at you for like, you know, the best part of 5 minutes, and you know, Barnes is, you know, keeps, you know, he's like, you know, trying to gesture at Noble like, you know, come on, you know. Wasting time, you know. This is an absolute bullshit waste of time. You can tell he's not approving of this because he thinks it's just some kid. Noble's like checks his watch again and just sits and like waits for you and is like, you know, looking at you across the desk.
Just gonna sit there.
Sit there in silence.
They've not asked me anything yet. I don't need to.
Okay.
Sit there pleading the fifth the entire time.
Well, Noble, the thing is, you said you wanted this, so you want something out of this. Think about what sort of impression you want to leave, or if you want to leave an impression with these, or if you want to try and get some information out of these, you're going to have to say something. And it seems to be a stalemate that they're waiting for someone to break, and these guys are willing to sit there for, you know, a while.
Right, well, first of all, let me roll an insight.
Okay.
To see if there's anything noticeable in the room.
What would you like to try and see out of it?
Just gonna see if there's any clues as to anything that they might have that they've not put away properly.
Christ,
was
somebody dying outside.
That they might have left a folder on the table or something like that.
Yes, you can roll for it. I was probably... Yeah, go on. Roll for it anyway. Is this insight? What's your insight?
D8.
D8 and a wild D4. That's a 2 and a 4. Roll your 4 again. It's a 1. Okay, so you've succeeded, but not with any great sort of... These guys are cleanly pressed, Barnes is just, he's stood there leaning on the wall, one leg up, arms folded, and he's just waiting for you. Noble he's obviously the good cop in this. He's just literally waiting for you, and he keeps sort of giving you the sort of encouraging smile of come on then, let's get on with this, let's do something. There's all there is on the table is the lethal card that I'm not going to throw into my face anymore. You can tell there is a red dot on the camera in the corner, so it isn't just a prop. I'm assuming they're using this. You can tell because of when you came into the room, there was a teacher by the door as well, so this is completely legit.
So is either of you going to ask me a question?
Barnes at the back's just like. Noble sort of. She speaks. Good morning, young woman. Your principal, tells us you have some things to tell us. In the background, this will be your thing that you get from succeeding at that. You hear Barnes mutter something under the the sort of thing of know nothing puts, obviously referring to your principal.
I have no idea what he's talking about. I just run the school paper.
You think your principal is a good man? You think he's a quality quality head of this establishment?
Is that right?
That's a really, really lukewarm thing to say about a guy who my partner here has just slandered quite severely.
Well, he likes to accuse me every now and again.
By all accounts, it sounds like you bring this on yourself. You've got quite the nose for journalism.
Yeah,
Barnes just in the background. Barnes just in the background is like, yeah, snooping, putting your nose where it doesn't belong.
People don't like the truth.
I think that if Michael was in this room, he would do that.
Yeah,
You can't actually wait 80s,
Possibly.
maybe, possibly. I don't know. I don't know if it's out yet, but
If not, he was well ahead of his time.
yeah.
High five, Michael.
So yeah, he just he's like, oh, okay, so you want something out of this? I'm assuming you wouldn't have agreed to sit down with us if you didn't if you didn't want something out of it. How about a trade?
Tell me what you know about.
Fucking Barnes is like pissing himself in the background. He's like you don't quite get this. You're here till you tell us what we want to know. If we want to take you down to the station, put you in a glass, in a fucking fish bowl, doesn't even apologise for the swearing. He's just like, even though his partner visibly flinches, he's like, we want to put you in an interrogation room and have you sweat it out for 48 hours. We can make this happen. Noble just turns around to him and silences him with a look. He's like, it's like, Noble's sort of like, you are here until we tell you we're ready for you to leave. So, unless you want to sit here in silence and then find your way to the police station.
So it looks like we're both not getting what we want then.
At this point, Barnes just like, roll me an insight very quickly.
If I was a policeman, I would throat punch your character right now.
It's a 14-year-old girl, mate.
Okay, so your roll. Would you like to use a Benny?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
But that was not good.
Okay.
I'm a kick.
I think Ben's just forgot we were recording again.
Yeah, just use your sheet. Okay. Yeah. So you basically get this on the insight. When Noble turned around to sort of look at his friend, you basically see the piece. He's got serious heavy level agent style piece, not just police 6-shooter like the guys that have out here. He has something that looks as though it could put a hole in in like a steel locker. And he just sort of turns back to you and says, "How about a trade? My original offer stands. You give us something, we'll give you something. We're not completely unreasonable."
What exactly do you want?
And Barnes at the background is just like, "This is a fucking waste of time." And he says, "Okay, how about we start? We give you something, you give us something."
Okay.
Okay. We believe And the police believe, given what information we've got, the case for Miss Floss, failed runaway. That's all. Quite common. Just got out of hand. Nothing to do with the child murders. She just ran away, and then everyone just jumped to these conclusions. Do you know anything about how she came back? Barnes is in the background. Is just like every other bullshit kid. She's claiming amnesia. Oh, I don't know what happened. 1 minute I was walking home from my friend's house, and then Noble just like turns around and looks at him again, like, dude, what the fuck? Obviously you've got something there. So yeah, on that he just kind of turns to you and is like so give me something. We know you must have a crew. You must have some people on the roll, some people working for maybe the paper. Give me something.
Well, do you know about the body that was dumped next to the diner?
Barnes is just in the background like, who do you think scooped that fucker up? Who do you think spent 7 or 8 hours in the peeing down rain, picking up pieces and filling 1,000 forensic bags with every piece of stone off that pavement. Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to know how he got there?
In short, Noble sort of looks at me and is like, in short, yes, we know.
So do you want to know how he got there?
That perks both their interests up. And now are you gonna tell the truth to them? It's like, so, this, both their ears perk up at this. Like, even Barnes is like, because this is obviously something they've struggled with as well. Like, quid pro quo.
So yeah, tell them the truth.
So how did the kid get there?
Bear with me. This might sound out there.
Immediately Barnes is like, but Noble's still got his attention on. He's like, come on.
Right, we've got it from our sources, which I can't give away. You know how that works.
Barnes is in the background, just like, writes on the pan. You can see, he's just written sources and underlined it.
The body wasn't just dumped there. It's not like it was in a hurry. It wasn't like dropped off as in on a quick getaway.
Barnes is like, it's obvious he's already figured this out, and he's just like, he's losing. He kind of phases back and forth. It's cool, back up.
Also, at the time the body appeared to be dumped there.
Whoa! Appeared? This is Noble, not Barnes. What do you mean appeared? Dead bodies just don't just appear.
Well, between the body not being there and the body being there was nobody seen coming or going.
That's like the whole, if a tree falls in the woods, can no one hear it? Can the sound of one hand clapping? If you're not there to see something, does it actually happen or not?
There was somebody there, obviously. How do you think they knew that there was nobody there to drop it off or leave it there? How do you think I know that it just appeared?
It's like, what do you want? What do you want in exchange for the identity resource?
A journalist isn't really supposed to give those up.
At this point, make a pluck roll just to see if you can keep this, because otherwise you will end up cracking slightly. Because this basically, think through this entire thing. You're a kid and you are not accustomed. As an adult, and you've seen films and stuff, you'd be accustomed to this sort of thing. You'd understand it. Even being in this sort of position,
but at the
you'd
same
still
time,
find it
she's a
difficult.
plucky reporter.
But she's a
cocky.
kid. She's a kid anyway. So
still cocky.
But roll me a pluck roll anyway. That's that. D6. Oh
No, it's
shit!
and
And that's not a critical fail. No. Yeah. What were we saying now? You basically. Oh, you're re-rolling it. Shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
Isn't it too bad?
Yeah, you don't want to.
It was a 2 and a 1. Do you want to focus? Would you like to gamble? No, not at all. A little bit of a gamble.
No, I don't.
Oh, re-roll your D8.
Re-roll that one.
Yep. That was an 8 plus
3.
6, so
14.
So how many shifts is that?
I don't know.
That's 2 shifts, isn't it?
2 shifts. Okay. So we've come to the point where you were basically making a roll to find out what a pluck roll to see whether you could withstand this sort of interview pressure, like because they wanted to know the name of, they wanted to know who Hobo Ken was. They wanted to know who your source was. You got a 17, which was 17. Those are 14.
No, an 8, a 6, and a 3.
Oh, you ignore the 3 because the 3's on a different dice.
Oh.
So you got 14, which is still a success with 2 shifts. Is it? 4, 8, 12. Yes, you got success with 2 shifts. So basically, that means you succeeded with a immense level of style. So this was the pluckiest fucking I am not giving you my my source response. Doesn't even need anything to back it up verbally. It's just a case of you've just looked at them not gonna fucking happen. And say they just sort of go, okay, so maybe we sweeten the deal. Barnes in the background's like, the fuck are you doing? Noble's just holding him back and saying maybe we sweeten the deal. Maybe we give you some more information. Have you got any more information you can give us? Barnes in the background's like, yeah, that you haven't got any kind of fucking backup to to give any sort of substance to. He basically thinks you're making it all up. Noble's giving you the chance though.
As long as it doesn't mean I have to reveal my sources.
It's not exactly the way this goes. You have to kind of give us something.
What assurances can I have about that nothing bad's going to happen to my source?
We are agents of the government. We don't kill people. We don't make people disappear. We only make the bad people disappear. Only bad people disappear. Is your source a bad guy?
No.
And immediately they're just Barnes is like, guy, on the thing, writes it down on the sheet. It's like, right, so, you've got nothing to worry about. You give us the name. We go have a friendly chat. Maybe we let you go about your business. Give you a little piece of information. At this point, Barnes behind him's really starting to crack, his little board things.
Well, can I have the information first then?
But at this point, one sec, let me just. No.
Should I make a call roll?
Barnes just is fuck this, bang, down on the table. I won't do it for the mic, but literally bang down on the table. How do you think goes really sort of, like Jamie Foxx with it, he's like, so how do you think your friends would feel if another kid goes missing? Another kid goes missing, you stick your nose in, you think you're being all professional, and this kid winds up dead. How do you think they'll feel if they find out that you're the one who stopped this kid from being rescued? Think that your interference has caused another one of their, this murder could go on what? How many more kids? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many more of your friends have to die before you take this seriously and back off?
I think it's interesting that you think that we have something to do with it.
You're an interference. That's all you are. You're a kid. We just stick you. We can stick you in timeout if you really want.
How am I
do you want to go stick in timeout? We'll stick you in timeout. We'll put you in an interrogation room and make you sweat it out until this thing ends.
How am I interfering?
You're in the way. You're in the way, and you rile people up.
Why am I in the way?
Now, I can see what you're doing, and you're trying to wind me up, or whatever American phrase they would use for this sort of thing in the 1980s.
Right.
It says, right, okay, you, says, how about we do you a deal? And this isn't a deal where you can say no, so it's not exactly a deal. This is you either leave this the fuck alone, or your future in journalism is over. Which kind of school is going to take you if your grades aren't worth dog shit? Noble's sat back now, I tried to keep him back, we tried to give you the good thing, and he's just sat there he has let the dog off the leash, and he is literally just, this guy is fucking, he could be practically foaming at the mouth, but he's ice cold with it.
Well, we've clearly got no more information to give to each other, so...
He's like, yeah, sit the fuck back down. And he's like, so okay, You obviously don't care about yourself, don't care about your future. Maybe we pull Daddy in here. Maybe we pull Mr. Mac in here, and give him the old interviewing technique ourselves. Maybe we pull some strings and have your dad serve out the rest of his time. You didn't know about that, did you?
They'll just agree that I haven't done anything.
Yeah, you haven't done anything, but if you're obstructing justice, you're as bad as the person who's doing this.
How am I obstructing justice?
By getting in the way. So, if you just... okay, tell me right now, are you just a dumbass kid, just playing journalist? Are you just wasting my time? Is this entire thing just a fucking joke? Is your principal that much of a dipshit that he would just put you in here like you're some big shot wannabe, soon to be grow up and be the next Lois Lane?
I came in here expecting some level of respect and cooperation. I wasn't coming in to be insulted.
You're a kid. You don't get you don't get respect. Learn that shit. You don't get respect until you're an adult. Adults get respect. Kids don't get shit. They just get told to shut the fuck up. Kids are best not heard, not seen, the best playing off somewhere safe. Go play in your little room with your little pictures and stuff. We're taking your camera, by the way. And
I'm really sure the law doesn't cover you saying these kind of words at me.
Do you know what?
Which is all on camera, funnily enough.
Do you know what? We are the law. And literally, and they say, and do you know what? This is our camera. So if we want to wipe this camera, we wipe this camera. Shit all happen. This camera's just here in case you decide to get a bit creative. Maybe try and get old Codge here because he just likes to wind his partner up. Maybe try and pull his piece. Maybe hold the pair of us up. But as far as I can see, you're just a gutless piece of shit kid. Playing journalist. Are you just going to sit there now and just be like, yeah, fuck you, you're not giving us any more?
You're taking this way too seriously.
He's just gonna sit there
You
and
need,
say,
you need to calm down.
He just gets in your face like, okay, so what if one of your friends disappears next? What if we find them? Do you want to see the pictures?
To take one of my friends?
And he gets the folder out, slaps it in front of you, and there is a picture of the child who was outside the diner that you've not seen the actual full extent of this. Head caved in, as though somebody's taken a rock or a brick and basically smashed this child's head in. And he just opens up and goes, what if that's you next? What if that's your friend next? What if that's, do you have any brothers or sisters? No? We know this. What if it's one of your friends? What if it's all of your friends? What if you get to sit around and watch them all die? And he just literally he's like, you're the one not taking this seriously. Do you know what? Fuck this, Noble. And Noble's just like, hey, I'm just the senior on this. You call it, man. If you want to take this further, we can put her on ice until we're ready to interview her again, or we can just set her free with the fish, not as in kill her.
With some concrete shoes.
Fine, whatever. I'll leave it alone.
And Buttons is just like, fuck this. You want us to let you go? You tell me, and you need to make a roll on this one, and this one's going to have to be a cool as fuck roll to basically say to their face that you're a dumbass kid who doesn't know what the fuck she's doing and she's just playing journalist. They're going to have you admit this in front of them to their face.
And it's on camera.
This camera is one of these where these videos don't see public. These videos go into archives that get buried like the X-Files. These are just there just in case any sort of inquests happen. Or in case she just happened to be a murderer or something and jumped at him and started coming at him with a knife or something, or a broken piece of glass. So
That was pretty bad.
that was a 2 and a 1. Oh, this is your one remaining Benny for the session.
I have a feeling I'm not going to be needed much in the rest of the session.
And this is just like, if you fuck this up now, unless you want to go another way with it, you literally, that's the 3 and a 3, that's a fail. So now you can have this go one of two ways. You can have it go where you literally admit, you can either not admit to being a stupid dumbass kid and just be like, fuck you. You can admit to it and just be in floods of tears when you do it, because this is hard. This isn't like you laugh at this now, but if you were a kid, this would be fucking hard stuff. So
She's a clever girl.
still, She's had her family threatened. She's had her future threatened. She's had not her friends threatened, but she's been told some pretty grim stuff, and
she's read plenty of comics. She knows what she's
never seen a picture of a real dead body.
She's read plenty of these Superman comics. She knows what Lois Lane's about.
How many 13-year-olds have seen a picture of a kid with his face smashed in with a rock? Or some blunt instrument? I know you have, Ben, but you're weird.
This one has now. And we'll be using that nice piece of information.
Well, that's fine, but literally, having seen this at the time, this is all... You've basically failed in any kind of cool role.
It's a bit of a shock, but I'm just going to be like, yeah, fine, okay, I'm a dumbass kid. I'll drop it.
Barnes is like, no, fuck it, no, ice. And we will come back to you very shortly. Everyone else. So basically, you guys you've been in school. You've wandered around. There's the usual thing. It's back to that sort of that weird playground where they're just trying to keep you entertained, sort of thing. Well done, by the way. You've managed to just like wander around this surreal playground of like stuff like the still films going on. Even though it's been the weekend, even though they've had the doors open, the gym is still warm, and they've still got the same old films playing on it. Football practice, cheerleading practice, minus you, which you would probably see from the you just flipping them off from the bleachers, waiting for Marty to look over and scream like, "Fuck you!" All right, what would you be doing?
Are we together?
Do I give you... Oh, it's up to you. I'd assume like you two would be together.
Yeah.
I mean, you've probably seen...
I'm going to be sat 2 rows behind her.
I think after the encounter with Jensen, you pass your locker. The locker, which door doesn't shut properly now because of the incident. And someone who you suspect you know who it is, has spray painted inside there in like vivid... like red lettering, pure homo.
Is it over my Hasselhoff picture?
Yes.
Fucking
now,
bastard.
The pure Hasselhoff tape is still there. Your book's still there, all your stuff's still there. It's just literally across your wish wall, the inside of this thing, it says pure homo in giant red letters.
So I'm sort of split between consoling him and chuckling to myself a little bit because
Absolutely.
I'm laughing.
All the other kids are laughing.
14-year-olds.
Oh, I'm still laughing.
Oh yeah, you
laughing
laugh
now.
shit off
Yeah.
your mouth, don't you? Alright. Oh, but I would assume that you two would stick together for watching each other's back kind of thing.
I'll watch
now,
yours because I'm a pure homo.
The things available to you in school, like obviously Lexi would be, finding, just stalking Marcy and just trying to find a moment where she's... Problem is, Marcy doesn't piss alone, doesn't get changed for things alone, doesn't go and she doesn't do anything alone nowadays. She's always got an audience. So you are literally stalking this girl for the entire day and don't find shit. So you two, what would you be doing? Would you just be like wandering the place, or I mean, you've noticed that Chloe's gone.
So is it break
But
time?
she told you about the interview.
Is it break time?
Did she tell us where it was?
No, she didn't know where it was going to be either. Summary of the morning. So this is basically the morning to sort of early afternoon, to like just after lunch break. I'm assuming you'd spend a lot of it together.
I mean, I'd be observing how everybody is. Like how everyone's reacting to it.
Okay.
Because obviously.
Well, you bump into Mikey like early to mid morning. It's just like Mikey just comes up to you. He's like, "Did you hear the news? It's good, isn't it?" I mean, she's still a dick, but she's my sister.
Yeah. So when did she come home?
Like she just sort of came home, just walked in. We were having dinner. We were having like lunch, and she just walked in. My mum like sort of rang the school, and I was home within no time at all.
Was she in good health?
Yeah, she's not a scratch up. Well, some scratches on it, but I don't know. But like she's completely fine. She's kind of like it's like she's lost. She doesn't remember any of it. She's I keep asking. Like I asked her, the agents of Quesda and the parents of Quesda, and I even kind of said, so what's the crack? Where were you actually? What really happened? And she doesn't remember any of it.
Did she have a bump on her head or anything?
No. Absolutely nothing. There is absolutely, I may have accidentally started the rumor about aliens, just because I'm a brother and I like to take the piss. But he's like really giddy about her being back. But it's like she was just disappeared and back.
So, what's the mood like? Is she, obviously she believes she's got amnesia.
I don't know. She's a bit weirded out. She's back. She's back. She's back in the land of the living. Sorry, I shouldn't say that, but
But you'll still put that word in for me, right?
About what? Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I kind of need to leave the parents alone. They're a bit weirded out as well, but soon. I will. Totally soon.
Okay.
Did you see Georgie?
Yeah. Sorry.
He's good, isn't he? He's like my little fetch me, carry me guy. Shh, don't tell him though, because he thinks he's like part of the gang and that. He thinks he's one of the cool kids. I mean, I'm not being a dick or anything, but he's like a fucking 8th grader, so just thinks he's good. But he's if you need him to steal anything, he's got some light fingers, that kid.
Okay, that's good to know.
But anyway, he doesn't want to hear anything bad at all. He's just like, she's back, and I'm really happy. And like people keep quizzing, and he's just like he's telling people the same things.
So what did you have Georgie steal for you?
I'll tell you about it later. And just like does one.
Okay.
Buggers off.
I think it's a bit weird.
Yeah. What's that? What's his deal?
Well, I mean, he's just overjoyed that his sister's back, but I mean, in regards to her having amnesia, no bump on the head, seeming completely fine. I mean, obviously she waited out, but.
I mean, I was happy that time the Vikings got to the Super Bowl, but not that kind of joy. That's just weird.
What, his joy?
Yeah.
Well,
to be fair, he thought his sister was going to die.
Yeah. I mean, previously 2 other children have been missing and they're dead. And
yeah.
Then his sister goes. Obviously, you jump straight to that, don't you?
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, it's a bit. Obviously, she doesn't know what's gone on. Do you actually think she? Where do you actually think she was?
We need to find out. We need to find out.
Well, we can't exactly ask her. She's under police protection.
And has amnesia.
And has amnesia.
Amnesia.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if we flick over to where Lexi has basically spent the morning stalking Marcy, trying to find a way to just basically get her alone and give her a kicking.
Stuffing.
It's just by chance you happen to be in the girls' bathroom, like you're just looking in the mirror, just like throwing some water on your face or doing your makeup or whatever, because you're still, I'm assuming the vanity's still there, considering. And the girl from last session, Tori, she who had the conversation with Chloe and slapped her in the face. She sort of comes in and she's like, immediately starts like searching the lockers, jams the door, as like, where the hell is Chloe?
I don't know.
Like, no. Where's Chloe? I need to speak to Chloe. This is urgent. Don't shrug it. Oh my god, you're not even a cheerleader anymore, and you've still got this dumbass, blonde bimbo look about you.
I'm knocking the fuck out.
She's like, I think we've got bigger problems here. Do you know what? Fuck it, never mind. It's fine. And just opens the door and like stalks out of the thing and just vanishes.
Cool.
Okay. So you
Back
just
to my makeup now.
okay. You just carry on with the makeup. That's fine. Alright. So yeah. So literally, what happens is, after this little encounter in the girls' bathrooms, you literally just turfed her away.
Me and Mikey are actually in the hallway, aren't we? So
Benny.
we would see.
There you go. Benny's Ben. Okay, so
So
you have to be passing. What were you doing at the time when she's passing, or
Well,
when she comes erupting out of the
To
girls' bathroom?
refer to the prior conversation.
You were still having this conversation.
Yeah, we were
you
talking
just finished
about,
talking to Mikey.
Yeah, we were a little bit confused about what was happening.
Walking
and all
towards
of
the
a sudden-
cafeteria for lunch. and this door just gets kicked open. All right, Tori
So
just
I
comes
grab her
out.
by a backpack.
This girl is older than you.
Okay.
This girl, you're 13.
But I'm aware of her.
She's like 15 years
I know
old.
who she is, don't I?
Oh yeah, you know who she is. She automatically, she's on like defense mode, so she's going to turn around and try and crack you.
That's fine.
I'll roll for her. Oh, actually, you roll defense, so just roll me a scamper just to see if you avoid.
With
She literally just out of, because if some randomer had grabbed your coat,
2.
if some randomer had grabbed your coat and tried to pull you back, you would. Is that Benny spent? Some randomer just tried to grab your coat. First thing you do is just fuck you doing? Throw an arm out. That's a 1, and whatever your wild dice is.
Oh, I didn't roll a wild dice that time.
There you go. There's your
Oh,
4.
there we go, I'm having that one back.
Okay, so that hand just it kind of like hair up at the front, your little quiff thing, just like poof, up at the front, and you're like whoa, yeah. What's the reaction?
So
She's literally going, get the fuck off me, and
hey, chill out. Where are you
like,
going?
Fucking grabbing me and stuff.
Where are you going?
Been to the bathroom. What's it look like?
No, you're running like
Maybe I'm in a hurry.
to do what? To get to where?
Like maybe I'm looking for something. Somebody, sorry. Maybe I'm looking for
Who are
somebody.
you looking for?
Do you know the girl who runs a newspaper?
Chloe.
And that's like, okay, you do. Yeah.
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 Me and Mikey both know Chloe.
Where is she?
Um,
I need her like now, now,
She had
like yesterday now.
she had a meeting earlier, but I've not seen her since.
Meeting? She's at school paper. Yes, no, maybe. Come on, kid. I've got this is time sensitive.
I guess. I'm not.
I don't know.
She didn't really specify. She just said she had a meeting.
No, she just said a meeting. She didn't say where.
Okay, please tell me that you don't know dumbass the wonder cheerleader in there.
Oh, you mean ex-cheerleader? Yeah, I know her.
She'll
Unfortunately.
laugh at that, and that probably gets you a little bit more like kudos with her. She's like, okay, it's kind of important that I speak to Chloe like ASAP.
Well, I mean, I know Chloe really well. I could pass a message on for you if that was.
This isn't kind of something I really can pass on. This is kind of something that you need to speak of in private.
Well, we can go somewhere private now, and you can tell us if you like.
Yeah.
She's like, step into my office. Pushes the door to the toilets back open. Are you still in there?
No.
How have you come out of it? If they've
Why
not
are you
noticed
asking
you?
that question?
Did you come out of it behind them and just walk away, or did you're still in there?
Yeah,
You have a shit.
obviously.
We walk in, she's like crawling out the window,
Yeah.
just the legs.
Where else was I going?
Well, you spotted Marcy and are just like, right, I'm having you, crawled out the window.
Oh, I'm still in there.
I'm still there doing your makeup, because your makeup is like a 3-hour
So,
routine in the morning. You get up
We
3
take a
hours early.
cubicle then.
You two stand in a cubicle, like one of them stood on the toilet, the other one sat on it. And they're like, she just sort of goes, and locks the door and like, ta-da. Like, she says,
I pull my notebook out my bag.
like, should we not get rid of over there? Like, have you got your earphones in again? I'm assuming so from the phone in your hands. Okay, so she says, she's like,
She'd whisper it, I assume.
yeah, the door's shut and everything, so it's fine, but she'd probably be lowering her voice. She's like, I kind of spoke to Chloe. I know Chloe will get in trouble if I tell her. If like I'm seen talking to her, like real trouble.
Okay, well, it's probably safer to pass it through me.
I
Then.
kind of feel like she's already got herself in some serious trouble. Yeah. I've forgotten what she was talking about with her in the second session. But basically, she was having discussions with her about stuff and about trying to help her when the news about Jenny came along, about Jenny's return. Now, it's been a couple of days, and Tori is one of the few people who's allowed on this list of people to visit her. People who are, they're allowed by the cops, and she has some influence over who can get added to this list, being one of Jenny's friends. Now, when she went to visit her, she got the whole story of the amnesia, the fact that the last thing she remembered was leaving Marcy's. They'd been studying. And roll me a check very quickly, an insight. Probably, both of you. I think probably Michael will be better because you're writing the notes. So what's that? A 4 and a 4. Reroll your 4.
4.
Roll 4 again.
3.
Well, that'll be enough. She's lying about something. And, and she just carries on. She's like, okay, so she was leaving. She was leaving. She doesn't remember a thing before she was leaving Marcy. After she was leaving Marcy's, she said she was doing homework. She left there. She said something about staying away from the woods because old man Ackerman goes out, picking up twigs and sticks and stuff for his furnace. He's a crazy guy, really scary. She said something about avoiding him, and then just nothing like for a couple of days, and then and she was walking back through her front door. But you can tell from that little roll there that Tori is lying about something. And yeah. So yeah, she basically seen it and was just like, have you got anything to input there, or does she just carry on talking? Because she literally, when the floodgates opened...
Has she still got more to say?
Oh yeah. When you like saw her coming out of the thing, she was waiting for somebody to come along so she could just, and all this tidal wave of stuff come out.
Well, alright, for now, I'm going to keep listening.
Okay.
What else?
So you keep making notes, and she's like, I mean, it's great. I'm not arguing it. It's it's so so good that she's back, and like Mikey's so happy, and her parents are a bit weird. It's like, I don't know, they're like PTSD, like shell shocked or something. But she's back, so it's great. I should be happy. I mean, everyone should be happy. And at this point, let me just do a quick cutaway. Chloe, you don't come to her or anything, the just camera comes back to you. You sat in a police interrogation room at the local PD. Glass room, 4 walls. You can see out into the reception area, so it's not like you're in a hole somewhere or in lockdown. All the way through that thing with the agents, you finally feel like you're left alone enough to be able to uncurl your palm and like get the note from your palm, and on the palm on the piece of paper, it just says something's wrong. And you recognise the handwriting immediately as Tori, who you've been communicating with through said sort of notes. So now you're basically in this. You've been in this room for a bit, probably the majority of the morning. This elderly receptionist woman keeps coming in and like bringing you like a hot chocolate and a cookie and that sort of thing. She's brought it in twice. Roll me an insight check. Re-roll the 8. Fuck. Okay, what's that?
14.
14. So that's success with another 2 shifts. Okay. With your success, you realise that she doesn't lock the door when she leaves. At least the first time, maybe, but like the second and third time, she just leaves it open. Not open, but unlocked. You also also managed to scour this thing and realise that the police station is dead. There is literally just this woman in here, this radio operator woman on the reception, radio operator / telephone operator. And this place, from what you remember, is on serious lockdown. So you can imagine the staff in here being very, very minimal. You are in a police station though. So what would you like to spend your last shift on? This would be a observant sort of thing.
What's going on outside the glass window?
You can literally, you see this little old woman pottering around with a tray, and she just puts it up on the side, goes back to her chair, and sort of sits there with the little her.
It's like no other officers at all.
No. There was one guy who came in, he passed through, he went out the back, he went for a smoke. And then he picked up some keys and went out. He's obviously either a Huey, Dewey, and Louie. I mean, I think it'd be Huey because Dewey and Louie. Dewey's at Jenny's house and Louie's at the school.
How often does the woman walk around?
Periodically, she's just a little old woman. She gets up, she makes herself a cup of hot chocolate or something along the lines, and she just goes for a mooch.
Am I timing the time between?
If you want to time the time on the thing, you could you could use your last shift, and it's long enough to be able to get up and have a bit of a snoop. But she brings you a cookie. Like if you time it where she's just brought you a cookie, she leaves you for like an hour. She's realised after this first couple that she's not. You know harm. She just thinks you're a kid and these agent guys are dicks, and they've just put you in there to chill you out.
There's a camera in the room?
Like the drunk type. No. This is little, fuckhole nowhere, backwoods America where they don't, and it's the 1980s as well. So there's just, unless you were in a serious, cell block type thing, there might be a camera, but you're in an interrogation room, more of like the sort of room where they put people to.
It's essentially a conference room, isn't it?
To give statements, like when somebody says, somebody like mugged me or something, you'll go, right, come in, sit here with a sketch artist, that sort of thing.
So it's not a shackled to the desk.
No, she's not like chained to the desk, like manacled or anything. She's just literally sat in there. She's got a plate with crumbs on it and a couple of empty cups from having like water out of a cooler. She's just brought you a cookie and a hot chocolate.
Okay, I'm going to wait for her to go back to her desk. Can I see a handful of cookies from where I am?
No, but she takes a while before she comes back and does her rounds again.
I'm going to have a little nosy at the door.
Okay.
See if there's anybody there.
Oh, you literally, you get up and you're like, door opens, you like, stand there for a minute expecting woo, 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 or something, and just like...
On the way in?
And the door shuts again. You open the door, you shut the door, and you're like, lean out the door, lean back in the door, and...
On the way into the police station, did I notice any rooms that might be of...
Main reception area, like the bullpen or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of thing, but in a small, middle of nowhere town type thing. And you literally, you see that, and it's all empty. There's desks, but the three main desks are out. The main sort of office. The captain's obviously not in. And it's just if they have, if there is a mortuary, it's at the back of the building, sort of thing. There's a couple of rooms that are obviously going to be locked because they've got records in them. The key would be obviously with the old woman, or I say old woman, elderly receptionist, or possibly in the captain's drawer. But his room will be locked as well.
Can I find one of the records and just try the handle anyway?
Yeah, you just go up to it. It's like, and it won't open. You kind of like, lean against the thing and like. That's really fucking stupid because this woman's...
A good bit of role-playing game, rule 1 there though.
Yeah,
so
try the door.
Try the handle.
Always try the handle.
Because you never know.
Exactly.
Always run into the wall, might be fake.
Yes.
Not,
head first and
not
compress
entirely in the rule book. But.
So, do we let you have a think and come back to you?
Yeah, might come up with something.
Okay, because basically while one thing's happening, the other thing's happening. Now, on your end of things, this girl sort of goes, she's like, she's just told you about Jenny coming back. She's, she's completely safe. She's, she seems happy. She seems like Jenny, she's always, she was always bubbly. She was always happy. She might be a bit happy, but maybe she's kind of shocked or in shock still after, she's whatever happened to her that she obviously can't tell us.
What are you leaving out? What are you you're like edging to tell us something, but at the same time,
She's sort of
not saying it.
She's like,
You're beating around the bush. Just get to the point.
she's like, I'm probably just being a dick. I mean, I should be happy my friend's back. Like, completely.
Speak up.
She's back. She's like, all right. She's like, she didn't recognise me at first. Like I came in and normally if you see your best friend you're gonna go, and she's kind of like that, like like, you know, there's a moment, and who are you? And maybe she's lost her memory, and maybe I'm part of that memory, and if I am, then that would suck. But like, you know, I don't know. She didn't recognise me for a second, and it really worried me.
What, how much of a second are we talking? A split second or a good few where you can see her?
Like a 1, 2, 3, and then sort of, yeah. Like it took, you know, longer for the thing to go
Did
through.
she call you by name?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I kind of may have gone in and said, you know, it's me, it's Jenny, not Jenny, fucking Tori, and you know, she went, oh, I'm Tori, yeah, I'm sorry, and you know,
How was she after that?
it's fine. I mean, just like talking like normally. You know, she told me about the agent. She says that Barnes is a real prick. She said Noble's really nice, and you know they talked to her. They took her. You know, they took her statement. It took like 8 hours, and she came home, and she's been looking out, talking to her parents, and you know, her parents are really upset because they can't sort of accept that she doesn't know what's going on. And, you know, it's frightening for her too because she doesn't know, you know, what exactly has gone on. But the important thing is she's back and she's safe.
So I mean, obviously you've asked her. I mean, the same question as everybody else, i.e., where she's been, what's happened. I mean, I know her answer was that she doesn't remember, but I mean, what was the process of it? Did she seem like she was deep in thought, or was it a straight to I don't know sort of thing?
I might be this might make me a bad friend, and if it does, don't judge me. But after the whole not knowing who I was, I kind of asked her, well, no, see for yourselves. I'm going to get, like, I mean, maybe 2 of you I could get, you know, I couldn't get, especially not you, and just like, because you can see your ear wigging on it. So I could get 2 of you maybe, you know, I was hoping to get Chloe on it because she's the one with the, you know, the journalistic, you know, instincts, to go and like interview her, to go and, you know, on the quiet. I mean, I know interviewing her publicly would basically get Chloe banned from the newspaper because she told me this. But, you know, maybe 2 of you could go and speak to her, go and like...
I mean, I can go.
Yeah.
Better of you?
Yeah.
Kind of looks weird, 2 boys. I don't know. I mean, it'd probably be right. I mean, by the sounds of it, she probably won't even know who you are anyway.
Why don't you come with us?
She's like, yeah, okay, that'd work.
Yeah, then she sees what you would guess is a familiar face.
Yeah.
She remembers.
I'm kind of a familiar face because
She says, I'll probably just like stay downstairs though because it's kind of upsetting. But yeah, I'll get you in, and
Okay.
you can just do me a favour, like, be nice.
okay.
You know, don't like I mean, as far as I know, it's still Jenny, and that's it. She says, right, okay, and she arranges it for that afternoon. Basically, arranges it for you guys to go down and visit.
Yeah.
Visit Jenny. Back to the police station. Meanwhile, at the police station, you got any avenues of investigation you would like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the old lady do her rounds.
Okay. You've basically got her rhythm down. She's like one of, you know, like when you break the seal and you just sort of,
Yeah,
you know,
I'm gonna follow her.
she pees like a
Just
trooper.
What will I actually follow her?
Like,
I'd not watch
like
her.
the butler from Tomb Raider.
How's
Lock
her
her in the
hearing?
fridge. She's basically, I mean, she's not, you know, completely clapped, because you wouldn't have a completely clapped out person in charge of the police reception, but
Really?
she's, you know, got enough sense. But yeah, you could probably like evade her quite easily.
Does she check?
With
Does
having
she check the doors? Does she go in any of the rooms?
roll me a cool roll, because that's your stealth.
Perhaps the records room. Does she have a peer in there by any chance?
If she did, she would go in, she'd lean in, she'd put something in, then she'd come back out and lock the door. Yeah, your first attempt doesn't quite succeed. You know, she sort of, you know, you hear her sort of go, is that you, dearie? Do you need the toilet? Oh, bathroom? And, you know, you just have to, like, rush back to your seat and be like sat there, like, you know, she sort of leans in and goes, can I get you anything? And you go, another cup of cocoa, another cookie.
Do you want me to just tell you what I'm trying to do? That might be easier. Instead of trying to
That's
push
metagaming.
you into it.
That's metagaming. It's part of the beauty of this game.
But I can't push you into it because you speed along too much.
Go on then, because this is a collaborative storytelling type game. If you'd like to give me the overview of what you're trying to do.
Trying to follow the pattern.
Okay. There's no real pattern. She's just like up and down every now and then.
Trying to follow the pattern.
Alright.
Trying to wait till she goes into the records room. Then as she's leaving, but just before, as she shuts the door, but before she locks the door,
You're not Chow Yum Fat, you know.
I'm going to say, hey, can I use the bathroom?
Okay. Roll me some cool.
In the hope that she forgets to lock the door.
Roll me some cool. You're going to need a shift on this for this to work. There's a 6 on a d6. Roll again.
2 or higher.
Can I roll the second part again?
You can re-roll them both.
Just
You'd
roll
have to
it.
re-roll the whole thing
Would I?
from the beginning, yeah.
Well, that's not going to help.
You got two. You got 2 dice. Would you like to focus? Then you'll get a second d6.
Yeah, but my chances of that is not going to go very well.
You get another d6 instead of a d4. So
Yeah,
you
but
get
the
2
risks-
d6s to roll.
There's no risk unless you get 2 ones.
Ah, see, this is the gamble that you take.
It's not 2
Focus.
ones. Is it
Focus.
just 1 1?
No, it's 2 ones.
Focus, mate. It's what's the worst that can happen?
There we go.
Double 1.
No, you just got to succeed on.
Almost.
Oh shit! That was a critical
can't.
failure.
Sorry, but you can't.
And you can't re-roll a critical
Which
failure.
is why I didn't want to do the thing. Oh, thanks for talking.
I did not know that was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, basically, what happens is you sort of go, I kind of need the bathroom while she's leaning into this thing. She manages to slip on the floor, on the shiny floor, and falls into the record room. Basically, you hear the sound of somebody's head hitting a metallic thing full of what you call it, full of records.
Well, that's not it. I'm going to go and help her.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you just get in there, and she's KO. She's like knocked herself out on the. There's no blood, but she's KO'd herself on one of these things.
You just from
well
somewhere in the ether here. Flawless victory.
Shot.
From a critical fail to a flawless victory. How does that work?
Finish him.
I am definitely having a look through the records.
Okay. Bear in mind, you are stood over an unconscious old woman in a police station where you were put
There's nobody else there.
for the moment.
Yeah. And if they come, I'm clearly trying to help her.
Okay. What would this be? This would be an insight roll.
Last thing she remembers is
What
me
are
asking
you-
her to go to
What
the
are you trying to find? Is there anything in specific that you're trying to find? Bear in mind, you've had to get the keys out of this old woman's pocket
Bank codes.
or off her little belt things.
I'm trying to find this, the file that's on this, what was she called? Floss. Mental floss.
Jenny Floss.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe an insight roll. Would you like to focus?
Fucking no chance.
See, but it increases your
I don't
chances
give
of
a
success.
flying fuck.
Increases your chances of super failure.
It really does. Oh shit. Okay, so basically there are lots of files in this thing. There are lots and lots of boxes and lots and lots. For a quiet town like this,
You mean they're not even sorted in alphabetical order?
it's like this woman has put them in some order of her own. Like the only reason this woman still has a job is because she has a stranglehold on these people because she's reorganised the thing in this new filing system.
I'll spend 2 minutes.
Like
rubbing
reverse
it through.
hexadecimal or something, some weird Dewey Decimal, reverse Dewey Decimal system.
I'm going to spend a couple of minutes rifling through as many as I can, see if anything catches my attention.
Okay. What I'll do is, we'll cut back, and what we'll do is, I'll let you continue that as though you've rolled with focusing, but you haven't. It's not, if you fail, you don't get the critical failure.
Okay.
Or I'll just say, how long would you say an unconscious person would be if you didn't try to rouse them or check for any kind of internal trauma? Or
Arouse them.
12 hours.
How knocked out are they? Are they dead?
Sure,
Knock
well,
the
and
fuck out,
just
mate.
because the time's going to skew off a bit now, because this would be where you, like, you're leaving the school, and Georgie comes up and he's like, come on, last chance to go through stones at old man Ackerman's house.
Not right now, dude.
Like, but all right, okay.
Can I go?
See you later. You can go if you want.
I'm gonna go.
Okay. You go with them, and
So you're going throwing stones?
Yep.
Okay.
So you go to Jenny's house with Tori, and you get into the house. It's probably a good thing he didn't come. She didn't come. You'll see why. Because you go to Jenny's house and you go in, and there's like, Tori just goes immediately into the kitchen where this girl's sat on the bar stool. She's probably mid-20s, early 30s. Weirdly, H, you remember her voice. Maybe an imagination roll, because you've never seen this person's face before.
That's a D4.
Would you like to focus? There will be no critical failure on this.
Yeah, why not?
You could probably critical fail on it, but I don't think it'll be a bad one. It was a failure, but it wasn't a bad failure.
Okay.
So basically what happened is you hear this voice and you're like, I know that voice. I've heard that voice from somewhere, and it's annoying you as you're walking up the stairs. It was the girl from the bar who served you with a beer.
Okay.
Which is a good reason why she wasn't here. And okay, so like immediately you just you get to sort of led upstairs, and like, oh yeah, Jenny's upstairs. She's Marcy's just leaving. Not Marcy. Monica Parsons is just leaving. I don't know why they call her by surname, but fuck it. They're very formal in this house. Call you by your surname.
Your entire name.
That's it. So basically, this she's coming down the stairs, and she's like, little Teddy. And just like passes you that face. That face is just passes you as like, where's your douchebag reporter friend?
I just give her a snide dig in the knee.
Okay.
Because I imagine that's the kind of height
Yeah,
it is. And it's not
you're
like
still kids, and it's
it's not enough to propel her down the stairs. or
she's
anything.
as old as Chloe, so it's not.
It's not anything hard enough to.
Yeah, it's just like dig.
Yeah, like more of a
nothing,
friendly, like fuck off.
digs. Okay. She just kind of sort of sees you going upstairs and is like Jenny, more visitors, and Jenny Floss is you know what she looks like. Basically.
I know her quite well, and she knows me quite well.
You had a crush on her for years. She doesn't know any of this, but she's sat up on the bed, in a room, everything's fine, totally dressed and everything, not like but basically sat up on a bed, the lights on and everything. And she's like, hi, come in. Sorry, I've been told I'm kind of like frazzled, and I don't remember anyone, so I'm really sorry. Who are you? Only joking. I was told little Teddy's brother was, Big Teddy's little brother was coming to see me. And she's, so she's like, and his friend Marvin. Merlin? Michael, yes. And she's like, how are you? Like, really, she's really chirpy.
We're good. How are you?
Like, not dead, apparently.
Always a bonus.
Yeah. She just kind of like, she's really, really happy and like bouncy and just like.
Where have you been?
Like sort of comes close and goes, I have no idea. I was. And then she kind of pauses and goes, leaving Marcy's house after, like we were doing homework, and then nothing. Both roll me a insight. Jesus Christ, Michael. It's fine.
It's not fine. Hold that thought.
Wow, two bennies, double reroll. Yeah. Okay. That's a 7 and a 3, and that's a
3 and a 3.
Okay. She's lying about where she was when she left, and
I question her on it.
Okay.
Straight out of the blue, I'm calling her on it.
Okay.
Calling her on her own stupid bullshit.
She's like, she gets defensive
Sorry,
on
say
it. Like the fluffiness and stuff. It's just like she's like, yeah, I was. Where
I
else?
know you were.
Where else would I be? Okay, smart. Wait, what?
I've known you for a long time.
She's like, I'm friends with Marcy. It's Monica. It's completely, it's a completely legitimate alibi.
An alibi is exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Where were you? What happened?
She's like, I was seeing a guy, and I didn't want my parents to know. And I mean, it doesn't change anything. I
It
left.
changes everything.
No, he's completely harmless. He's absolutely lovely, and he'd never ever do
Who is
anything like
it?
that to hurt me.
Where were you?
She says, she sort of goes, looks sheepish for a second and goes, Todd Johnson. Yeah, you recognise the surname Johnson immediately. But
Wonder why.
just as, why would Michael recognise the surname Johnson and the first name Todd? Apparently he's a senior. Apparently he has a younger brother in your year.
Oh, is it fucking Thingy's brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that?
Oh, is
do
it
you
in with
actually
the
say
shitty?
that?
Is it in with the shitty car?
She's like, he's got a nice car.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
apparently somebody scratched it the other day.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know that
like took a garden claw or something to it and just scratched all the way down the side of it.
Devastating.
She said he said he found the guy and like stuffed him into his locker.
Yeah.
Made him piss himself.
They found the wrong guy and he didn't piss himself, but each to their own. Each to their own.
Okay.
Just nitpicking,
But yeah, she's like no, he's everybody calls him, says he's everybody says he's awful and says he's says he's a dick and that he hurts people and
He's a
stuff.
bit
But
of a
he is.
he's got a different side. He's got he's when he's alone, he's not trying to be in front of everyone and be like his brother. He's a little show off douche.
He is a douche.
Where did you go after Todd's? Cut the shit. Where did you
She's
go
like,
after Todd's?
okay, I was coming home. I avoided the woods. I avoided the woods, and I made my way back. I avoided Old Man Ackerman's house. You know it?
Yeah, I know it.
It's creepy. So creepy. He goes out. He picks up wood. Like I just got this image of him like picking up twigs and then coming home to burn things in his furnace, like I don't know, animal bodies or something. He's so creepy. Kids are calling him the Tinder Man. Like that's supposed to be. People thought that he'd taken me. Kids apparently are going throwing stones at his house. Immature.
Yeah, that's an app.
Now,
Surname.
wow, we're going to do this now.
It's
Okay.
alright, I'm done.
If you would both like to, Michael, more than anything, if you'd like to roll me an insight roll, and it's going to be just a normal check, I suppose.
So let's reroll that one.
Okay.
No, I don't.
What's that?
5.
Okay. Padding around the room, you see there's like she's got the usual sort of girly stuff, chest of drawers, bedding. The room's kind of like she jokes about it being sort of half pink and half blue, like her parents couldn't quite decide whether they were going to have a boy or a girl. So she just sort of she has a joke about that, and then there's the wallpaper, there's the walk-in wardrobe with the little pull light thing, the little white like saloon door things on it. And there is a freestanding mirror about the height of a person over to one side of the room. It's like it's got a white sort of like floral rim around it. It's completely pristine. It's like it's been polished. And she sort of she sees you looking at it and goes, oh, my grandmother gave it to me. Oh, so my mum and dad tell me like my grandmother she died before I was born, but she gave it to me. And it's like one of my most prized possessions. And she just, she's like, so, what else do you want to know? I mean, I'm not lying. I don't know what happened. I mean, look at me, I'm fine. And she holds out her arms, and it kind of looks like, when, if you do like that, and you get the little white sort of type scratch, not like proper, but she's got loads of like little all down her arms, and she's like
As if she's walked through the woods.
She's like it's like she's walked through the woods.
Funny,
She's
like,
literally, it's like she's walked through the woods, and she's just she says I'm a little scratched up, but no blood drawn, and I feel fine, and the doctors checked me over, and I seem completely fine. So
Right, okay.
now you go on. Sorry,
So what time did she leave Todd's?
it's like
What was it? The same night?
she's like she sort of goes.
What was it?
She goes 7:30, 8, maybe 9. 9.
Well, which was it?
30. Like 9:30.
At night. That night.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And
It's like it was dark.
so, what day was it?
It was like it was it was a while ago. It was basically 2 days before. So if
So
she,
from
she'd have
there-
gone missing on the Wednesday. Was it? It was on the Wednesday.
So Wednesday night, 9:30, she left his, and then she was found on.
And she came back on Friday. She she
So there's-
appeared on Friday in the afternoon.
Right,
So it's
so
basically one
So she
and
was gone for a couple of days.
it wouldn't be metagaming for me to, if my character would whisper something to Michael.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you've been working together as part of this Mystery Inc. for years.
This is what I think.
Okay. Can I read it?
That's what my character thinks.
Okay. Do I get
Hello,
to see this?
You
completely.
can see it if you want.
I'll see it. I mean, it's fine because I'll sort of.
Although completely shot in the dark, I wouldn't be.
It's interesting.
That,
well-
my character, not me. My
Absolutely.
character.
At that point, you, on this notion, you kind of like, sort of randomly say to her, because you would know this, you say to her, like, to test her memory of things like, say, can we do a couple of memory tests on you, just to see. And you ask her obvious things where she answers them and she's like, yeah, favourite colours, blue and pink, obviously. And that sort of thing. Then you say to her, okay, what was your first cat called? And she's like, she paused, there's that sort of, for a second, that obvious pause, and she sort of goes, Mittens, of course. It's Mittens. She never had a cat. So she's like, I'm kind of tired,
It
and
could go really wrong with this guy.
can you just
Oh, man, Smithers.
It's been really nice of you to come and visit me and like try and cheer me up and stuff, and like if you can maybe stop the boys from throwing stones at Old Man Ackerman's house, because I mean it's obviously not him who took me, because I'm here now, and it's it just. So she just kind of like politely tries to chivvy you out.
I'm not taking it
Okay.
because
Mate,
I want
I'm
to
gonna
ask her
follow.
some more questions.
Okay, make me a cool roll, because the cool roll is your charisma.
And that's a D4.
That's a failure. Double failure. With the Benny spent,
That's my
re-roll.
last penny.
Are you going to focus?
I might as well.
Yeah.
It's alright.
I love this focus
It's not
thing.
alright.
Oh no, it's a critical fail.
Oh no, it's a 1 and a 3 though.
Yeah, but
Oh.
one of them's a failure, so...
Damn it!
Yeah, the other one's a 1. So she goes from being sort of like quite, nonchalant about it to being quite sort of serious, like no. I appreciate it, but I'm really tired and you need to go, and you keep pressing it, and she's just like, oh my god, for God's sake, will you just go? I'm tired. They want me back in school in like 2 days, and I'm still all messed up about
For me
this.
to let this go, she would have to physically move me.
Well, at that point, if you just like block the door and stuff, she just like shouts for her dad, and he's there in seconds. He's like, he's like, come on, boys, let's get you a cookie on the way out. Like scruffs your hair, is like, how you doing, little Teddy? And just sort of guides you towards the stairs.
I want to punch this man in the dick.
I'm going down. His cookies on offer. I'm already halfway
How was
downstairs.
tea for you?
Yeah.
So
So I only get like.
you literally,
one
you're not
child
like you're pretty certain you're not going to get back into this house now after having done that, after having pushed it and fucked it up. She's literally just forced you out of there, and you're not going to get back on that list again.
I don't need to get on that list again.
Now, you're out of the house, and like Tori sees you from the kitchen, like what the fuck? Where you got? You've been up there for 5 minutes.
We've got all we need.
And turfs you out. And with that, we're going to have to pause. Okay, so after that, we've got Lexi and Georgie joining this small group of kids have just left. Like you see them, you get to the bottom of 16 Candles and you see this old house, and it's like your typical, like one of those houses where the kids in the neighbourhood will look at it and go, old man lives there, he's creepy, he eats kids or whatever, or he does this. This guy lives the stereotype of, he's like the shovel slayer from Home Alone. It's just a kindly old man, but kids see him and go, puts the kids in the bin and they turn into mummies, that sort of thing. Kids have made up this bullshit thing and made his life a bit of a misery. So you get to this thing, a couple of kids have launched stones off and they bounced off, and like you and Georgie sort of run up to it as they're gone, and it's just this big house in front of you. It's the crack. What'd you do? Georgie's next to you, like fucking like going, just searching for stones. Just ducks down. He's like, oh my god, they've taken all the stones, they've taken all the good ones, because there's just little pieces left.
Just go and knock on the door.
Okay, just bold as brass walk up the thing. Georgie, at this point, he sees you do this and is just like, whoa. He actually thought you were a bit of a dick, but in his estimations, you've just gone like through the roof, like bravery wise, because none of these kids have walked up to this house. And to walk up to the house and just go like bang, bang, bang on the door, is it a nice knock or is it just like a proper bum 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 on the door? Okay. And you just, for a couple of minutes you hear, nothing, you hear a bit of banging around inside, and then you hear this, go away!
No.
And there's no reply or anything because he didn't hear you through the door. It's like, just more banging around, a bit of swearing and cursing. It's just like, you hear like, it's weird, it's like, imagine like a suit of armour, like, not a suit of armour, but like the sound of something big and metal being shoved, as though he's like barricaded his door shut with something, and you just hear it like being pressed up against the door as though he's shoving it up, and he's like, I told you to go away! He's like, oh my god, is this some kind of new torture you kids have developed for me? I'm not going to do the old man voice because it hurts.
You're doing it well.
So yeah, you like, if you want to roll me an insight, you have insight of absolute dog shit, don't you? What have you got?
3 and a 2.
3 and a 2 is no good. Would you like to use a Benny?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. Reroll. Is that a 3 and a 3? Mm-hmm. Okay, do you want me to give you the basics? Oh really, another one. Okay. Try again. Maybe I should have given you that extra. Is that
4.
There we go, roll the 4 again.
2 4s.
Is that 2 4s? Shit. Reroll the 4s. Okay, so you just get a success. Now, the windows have got bars on them.
But if he gets 2 4s, is that 1 success and 1 shit?
No, you only get 1 thing out of it, but you get 2 chances at 1 success. Now, the windows have got bars on them, quite similar to the bars on the Scarlet's bar on the windows. There's net curtains because it's an old man's house, so why wouldn't it have net curtains? But as you look through the window, you can see there's boards on the inside as well. And now, from that roll there, I'll give you as much as whenever there's this place is known for the occasional storm, to the point where people like board up the windows and stuff to stop them getting smashed. But they normally board them on the outside. These windows have got bars on the outside and boards on the inside. And through the cracks in them, you can see like the shadow of like this guy shambling about the place. But as you're banging on the door, it's just annoying him. It's not doing anything worse. Georgie behind you is kind of like he's given up searching the path, and he's now searching. There's like he searches towards this sort of thing, like with loads of flowers growing out of it, like a flower bed, and he starts to search through it, and then he's like backs up and he's like, whoa. Do you go over to him or do you carry on with the door?
Yeah, I go over.
Okay. There's like somebody's got, like a cell door, like a big iron grate thing, giant, sort of like, taller than a man, wider than a man, and they've just sort of, like it's been dropped there and used, and then just turned into a, like separators for a garden. But everything else in this garden is dead, apart from what's growing in this patch around this thing. It's like growing furiously. I mean, it's summer, so most things should be alive, but it's like everything else around the garden's been sprayed with weed killer or something, and this is just growing like a motherfucker. And from the house you can just hear, like a smash of something, like he's bumbled into something, he knocked it over, and you just get this, like, tell you to go away! And, George is like, he backs up and he's just like staying away from this thing, like, that's weird. That's like really weird. I'm going to go keep looking for stones. I might go around the back and look for stones. It's like the kids have literally picked this path clean of stones. The amount of stones that have been thrown at this guy's house, he must come out at some point and brush them away. But for the moment, barricaded in there like a motherfucker, and is just screaming at you to go away. Do you try and push this further? Do you try and, make conversation with the crazy old fart? Or?
I'm gonna start ripping up these plants
Okay.
so it comes out.
Okay. Yeah, you just just reach down, pull one out. The noise stops in the house, and one of the upper windows just like opens, and he's just like, "You stop that! You get away! You leave my garden alone! You don't know what you're doing!"
Yeah, I'm gonna carry on.
He's going to carry on doing it, and he's just like,
I'm gonna look him dead in the eyes as I'm doing it.
and he looks down and he's like, "I know what you are! I know what you are! Get away from my house! I will burn you! And, I will bury you with your friends!" And he's just like going absolutely nuts on you. He's like, "I've seen your type before, and I've buried many of you. You came to get me once, I got him. I looked him in the eye, and I killed him, and I buried him. And he's never getting back up.
Yeah.
No one's gonna resurrect him."
Just gonna carry on.
Okay. And he's just like, he just looks at it, and he's like, "Do you know what? You don't know what you're doing. You won't get past it." And just sort of, and then just slams the door shut and goes inside, pulls his curtains.
Can I go and get nubbins?
You can. It'll take about, half an hour, you reckon? So yeah, you go and get him, and you literally come back, and he's managed to come out and sort of sweep up some stuff, and you can see the plants that he'd managed to rip up. He's taken them away and done something with them. I don't know what he's done with them, or you don't know what he's done with them.
Probably pep them. Hey guys,
Yeah. So what's
why,
that?
why have you brought us here?
this guy's a weird guy.
Oh,
Just
There's
there
a
to
lot of
fuck
weird
with him.
guys.
He said he's gonna bury me with my friends.
that's because you're
He
a
didn't.
dick.
He didn't say that to you, but oh yeah, shit. Yeah,
He
did,
shouted
yeah,
out
yeah,
the
sorry, yeah, he
fucking
shouted
window,
out.
mate.
Well, you were ripping up his plants.
Yeah, he said that he killed people. So,
Did he actually say he's
Right,
killed
yeah.
people?
yeah.
Or that he
yeah.
will kill someone?
Watch. I'll rip some more plants up. He'll do it again. I'm sure of it.
Well, then
He's just fucking ignoring you. He's staying in the house, and he just, you just hear the obligatory, go away. Okay. Anyone tries to deface all this, he's just like, he's in the house, and you can just hear him singing away to himself, just going,
Should we break into
you
his house?
don't know what you're doing. You haven't got a clue. I thought you were them. You're not them. You're just some stupid kids. You're just some stupid, dumbass little lick-spittle kids. You aren't them.
That are pissing on your lawn.
They came for me once. I killed them. I killed them all. They won't come back for me again. They come back for me again, I'll bury them with a friend. Look the guy in the face. fuck is that? And just like, yeah, they're sort of, shambling towards the door. And the little peephole thing just goes like, and it's a glass one though, so you can't poke anything through it.
He prefers to be close to wall.
But it's like he's kneeling on something on the inside. The thing, whatever it is that's barricading the door, he's like, what do you want? It's just this eye looking through, like Mad Moody's eye.
I heard you say they came for you. Who are they?
He's like, oh, very clever. You'd like me to cut to let you in. Do you know what this door's made of? Do you know what these bars are made of?
I don't.
You can't get through these bars.
You
can't pass this.
I'm not trying to get in.
Buried your friend underneath a grate of iron. He's not going anywhere.
Who are they?
Who's
my friend? Just looks at you for a second. Roll me a cool roll.
He looks at you and says, roll me a cool roll.
No, I say roll me a cool roll.
Roll me a cool roll.
Oh, come on.
Fuck's sake. Can I have a Benny for them to roll free roll?
No, I'd say you can only use bennies for your own re-rolls.
Yeah,
I could tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, take these
So you
dice.
can come up. How do you attack this challenge?
Your answer depends on
What do you say? Do you come up and say something?
Yeah.
We should do that.
You've got the juice to be able to do something.
Oh, cool.
It just didn't work. But
So actually,
can you do this?
have him let you in, you'd need
Roll
shifts,
for it.
but you've only got
I
one.
can't do it.
Well, I'm not trying to get in.
Like, roll for it.
Alright, you're just trying to get a conversation going.
Yeah, I want to know who he means by.
Carry on.
I need. That's what I'm saying now.
How are you going to strike up a conversation with the bloke?
I'm just going to start asking him questions, to be honest. I want to know what he meant by your friend that's under the. What was it he
Steel
said?
grate.
The steel grate.
And it's like he's
He
talking
said
to
my
himself. He's like, he looked like me. He came to me. He looked like me. He's not me. I mean, I'm him. But he gave that up. He's gone. I'm here now. I'm me. He came back. It was years. He kept telling me that I'd stolen his life. That they took him away and they put me here instead. But I'm me. And he says his full name, but his surname's Ackerman. And he says it, and he's just like, he said it was like somebody else being in his shoes, and that I didn't deserve it. He came back, and I killed him. It's my life. It's not his. And he's just chugging away to himself.
Who are they?
The eye just like stops and looks out the people, and it was like they come from the woods. They come from beyond the woods. They come from beyond the hedge. They come from they come from Arcadia. They come from and he just starts spilling all this random and all these random like names, and he's like
Anything that is of any interest to us?
Well, the name Arcadia is the arcade in town, but you start recognising lots and lots of names for lots and lots of things in town. The only one you don't recognise is the hedge. He says that, the clever ones, the clever ones know. The clever ones, like, they build their houses on ley lines. They surround themselves with iron. They don't like iron. Oh, they don't like iron. Bury them under iron, and they'll never rise again. Without iron, no chance.
Okay.
And he's just like, he's like, you can imagine him foaming at the mouth while he's doing this. He's like, if you see them, if you're in a house with them, if you're surrounded by them, you'd never even know. You'd never even know. They use glamour. They look like you. They look like me. You could be one, or you could be one.
I'm not, but okay.
I apologise for our arsehole friend causing you any problems, but
he's like
we'll
the plants
be
grow.
leaving you alone.
The plants grow as a sign of the little bastard's revenge. Should anyone lift that grate, we'll all die.
Where's
I
the
could
grate?
fight him off 30 years ago, but I can't
Where's
fight
the
him
grate?
off now. And he just sort of, like he can't gesture, but he sort of goes, like looks out towards the thing that she's been ripping the plants out of, the metal grate sunk into the grass that's got all the plants growing out of it. And he rages on for a short while about it.
I apologise for her misbehaviour.
Okay.
I ensure him that we're not going to bother him anymore.
Okay. He's like, see that you don't. But kids, be careful. The Fae are everywhere. and he just, like they've been gone for years, but some of them return. They get taken. Sometimes they come back. They come back, and and he just like sort of goes on this little random tangent where he's just like, he says they fight their way back through the woods. The thorns tear at them. Then they return to the land bloodied street, but their lives are gone. The fetch have taken over their lives. And he just sort of goes off in a little, just like shuts the door, shuts the people thing, and just like fucks off into the house, and just like walks away down the corridor, and you can actually see it through the people and walking away, and he's just like still talking to himself.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're all standing up in front of the thing. Like, do you relay this to everybody as best you can?
I'm just a bit like, what? At the moment.
Yeah, I think everybody would be.
From what I got from it, you remember what you were saying about
We may have to come back to your next session, being in the do that. But we'll figure that out. Sorry, carry on.
what you whispered to me before about
Kind
saying,
of tallies up.
yeah, it's sort of a mirrored image of what's going on here, because like he was saying, he replaced somebody.
Or
Someone replaced him, and I mean, although it's quite confusing, it's it's a similar idea to what
And
you
he
were
said
saying.
he said something about they come from beyond the woods. Does he mean the woods, as in the woods over there, James Woods?
I'm not going to rise to the bait. There are woods all the way around Freehold. Freehold is basically, it's like a balloon. You've got the highway to the danger zone, and then you've just got the woods all the way around it.
Which way is Arcadia?
They go. Arcadia is the name. Well, you recognise it as the name of the Arcadian town.
Our town or a different
Our
town?
town.
Our town, right, okay.
We don't know of any other town. We don't go out of this town.
I know 'cause we're surrounded by James Woods.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to go down the highway to.
They tried calling it James Woods, but yeah, the kids just call it the woods.
I think that's a legitimate name for a wooded area.
Okay. Full of sweets, pieces of candy.
Yeah, pieces of candy.
Is there anywhere that we would know? Because obviously, like you say, the woods surround us.
Mhm.
Is there any certain part of woods that we would know? Where people say not to go more than others. Or
The parents have told you for years, don't venture too far into the woods, because if you venture,
is that just generic?
if you venture north, there are bears in the woods. Like when you go much further, but closer to town, there's nothing. There might be the occasional wild dog or stuff like
Or
that.
tigers.
Nothing bad, nothing horrible until you get really far out into the woods. Now, some kids go camping in the woods, and they literally, if they go camping in the woods, they don't go far. They can still see the town from where they go, because they start to get into the woods and they go, do you know what? It's good here. It's not like Stand By Me where they go for like 2 days in one straight line. Or it's literally they sort of go. It's like Bottom more than that. They can still see the bus stop.
Would we have heard any stories of such?
Absolutely. Kids going out there have literally chickened out. They just can't get so far into the woods.
Anything click? Any of the stories now click in our mind, or
All
make more
the stories
sense to
you've
what
been-
we've heard?
You get all the bullshit stories from school.
I mean, people seeing things, or
I mean, there's
things
always.
that,
It's
not
all
like a
that
bear or a
folklore.
dog.
It's all that folklore bullshit. Kids will have the story about like the Tinder Man being the guy who. So you'll have the Beast of James Woods, which is literally just turned out to be a large like a puma or something that like a puma that strayed too close to town. It wasn't
like a
a
wolf.
supernatural beast or anything. It was just a.
Is there anything that's not actually being explained?
You've got things on your wall. You have pictures, but they're pictures you've cut out of things. On the wall of
So would any of
inside
them
your
pop
HQ.
into my head now?
Not really, but all of it.
What, like
All of the weirdness you like.
underwear models from the Sears?
Maybe it's all related. All the weird shit that happens. Maybe it's all related.
Maybe it's all one big thing.
Now, I was going to say we're coming short on time here, but what I'd like to do if you'll permit me, Michael would have one scene at the end of this, which I thought pretty much wraps this one up quite well, considering we've got a break next week. And leaves people on a nice, not exactly cliffhanger, but and then we'll do. Should we do the stats thing first? If anyone wants to throw a rank into something, and then we'll close it out with Michael's.
I'm okay for now.
Well, you all have a rank to spend in something if you'd like to spend it on something out of your. Are you banking it?
Yeah.
Lexi banked one, which you can then spend to buy 2 bennies next turn or next time, or.
I'm gonna throw it into imagination actually.
Okay. At what point did you do any sort of imagination-based things this
I
this
came
game?
up with a pretty good.
I'm not doing it for all the Top Gun stuff.
No.
Oh, that, yes. Alright, okay. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Chloe, who we will return to in the next session at the police station.
I'll bank mine while I think about
Gives
it.
you a chance to think about it. Okay, you're banking it. Michael, are you going to bank yours before or after this? Bank it first. Just
yeah.
for the sake of it, 'cause then we'll cut this thing off at the end. of
Okay,
this.
yeah, I'll go for it.
Okay, have you banked it or have you spent it?
Where is it a pop it, sorry?
You can bank at the top, you just write 1 bank.
Alright, fair enough. I'm just going to write 1. That's fine, I know what that means.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michael, you returned to school that evening having forgotten something. Now, you go into your locker.
What time is it, would you say?
It's probably just dawning on the curfew. It's
Is it still light or...?
twilight.
Okay.
Why did I say twilight? Right, but for the sake of it, no stereotypes or anything, but for the time of day, it's twilight.
Okay.
Now, you like forgot something like, your pen, or you went to sort of put a picture of Hasselhoff, to try and cover up some of the pure homo graffiti. You get back to your locker, and it's like somebody has basically taken a claw, thing from the garden and just like scratched all of your wish wall, and literally shredded your wish wall inside your locker.
Absolutely.
Your book and your pen is still there. Even the David Hasselhoff mixtape is still there, but the entire thing's just been. It's like it's been shredded on the inside. So you get in. You basically get whatever it was, and you're cutting out like the shortcut, because you're one of these kids who like the shortcuts. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't use the main corridors. You're more of a cut through kid. And you're going round the back of the sports hall, past the bleachers, and at the end of the bleachers, literally, it's a bottleneck all the way through. At the end of the bleachers, Todd Johnson steps out. Steps out, blocks your path, and he just literally drops some sort of horrible name, and he's like fuck face,
Really horrible, but alright.
he's like oh I can do better,
Go on then.
like you did to my car.
Scratchy car.
And he just, he's just trying to rile you up and give you some shit. It's like he's basically, it's obvious that he fucked your locker up, and he's basically cornered you now. And you know that if you try to run, he's going to outrun you, and he's going to, give you a stuffing.
Okay.
I'm just going to reiterate, look, I don't really know how many different ways I can say the words I didn't do it. I mean, obviously you're not getting that, but even if I did, would we not be 1 for 1 because you've just sort of slashed my locker up after putting me inside it,
He's like, your locker cost you, he's like, in dickhead language, dickhead lad, it's just like, he's like, your locker cost you nothing. Do you want to know how much my car cost me? Do you want to know how much the repairs cost me?
Not
Do you want to know
particular.
how pissed my dad was when he saw that? And he just literally, he's just like, he's stuck, like sort of just slowly making his way towards you.
And
As you-
again,
as
I
you-
didn't do it, but you are obviously advancing on me, and you are not listening to anything I'm saying.
He's like, oh, smart Alec, Mr. Smart Alec, Mr. You think you can outdick my
That's
brother?
smart, just
My
right.
brother's a dick, but even my brother would kick your ass. And he literally he's just stalking his way up to you, and he sort of like, he pauses for a second, he's like, looks over his shoulder. This hand sort of like sort of like slender hands like on his shoulders, just like you just hear this like, just leave him, just leave him. He's not worth it. And because he's a big guy, he's a big guy. He's got leather jacket on and stuff. This slender hand just like on the shoulder, just leave him. Just leave him. He's not worth it. You'll get him later. Come with me. I've got something to show you. And make me a insight roll. Or even whichever's best, right? Insight or imagination.
Right, well, imagination.
2 and a 1. You got a Benny to spend?
Yeah.
It's the end of the session anyway, why not?
Might as well. 8 and a 4. Well, that went extra well.
Yeah, reroll.
3 and a 4.
Okay, so you got 8, 9, 10, 11, or...
3 lots of 4 and 3. So 15.
Okay, so 15, so that's 12. So you basically got a success for 2 shifts.
Okay.
I don't know how you're going to spend the shifts on this, but you recognise the voice immediately without having to see the face and just having seen the hand on the shoulder. It's Jenny Floss.
Okay.
The girl who is reportedly seeing Todd Johnson. But with your shifts, you kind of hear like a musical sort of, like she's singing it to it. But it's not really, you can only hear it somewhere off in, like if it's really deeply buried in the mix.
What's his reaction to her?
And he just sort of like, he looks over and there's no hostility or anything. His hostility just like sort of fades and he sort of, he's like,
Does
looks
he say
back at
anything
you
or
like,
just
I
nod?
really want to hurt you, and then just looks back and it's just like, no. And he looks at you and is just like, yeah, I'll see you later, dick lick, and just turns around, just like gives you a fucking shove in the shoulder that probably drops you onto your back, and then just like turns and walks away.
Where did he walk to?
That was going to be my next question. Do you follow, or do you just let it?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a few seconds and I'm going to follow.
Okay. Okay. So basically, what happens is they've sort of come out of the end of like this is the under the bleachers. The bleachers are here. It's like a triangular tunnel thing. You cut out. Normally, you would turn left, go around the side of the building, and then head for the gates or the hole in the fence or whatever, whichever way you choose to get out of school. They go right, and they basically go onto the field towards the baseball diamond at the back end of the field. It's got like the school's own version of the lights, the big lights and sticks of the thing, and you can just see them like sort of walking out into this middle bit.
Okay, I'm still going to follow.
Okay, roll me stealth. Oh, which would be cool, because cool became stealth.
4 and 7.
Okay, we roll the 4.
3. So
Okay.
7 and 7.
Okay, so success but not quite a shift. So basically, you've just, what are you on all fours, or do you just try and like dodge between stuff, or because basically this is a field, so there might be the occasional thing left out from football practice.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Is there any?
Is
it still a bit light, or is it like?
It's twilight. It's basically it's leaning towards darkness.
Right,
you have the light in the distance from the baseball, the illumination around the baseball diamond. You've got that. And that's basically where they're headed, so you can kind of see the shadows of their backs or the silhouettes.
Right. Okay. I'm going to hide behind some. What's out there that I can hide behind?
Just like like the things that footballers, Fred, you might know this. Like when they sort of they push on that thing and it's the big heavy
yeah, I know what you mean.
Pads.
Right. Yeah. I'm
practice
gonna.
pads and stuff. There's loads of paraphernalia just around the place. You might have to sort of duck and dodge and dive. Duck, dodge, dive, dodge.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
I'm going to hide behind the pushy things that you were on about.
Okay.
Literally,
You're not
how
going
I
to be
would
able to
see
push
them.
them forward, but yeah.
No, just hide behind that. I'm going to stay
Okay.
behind that to observe where they go.
Okay. They get to sort of the middle of the diamond, and at the middle of the diamond, they stop and they like face each other, and they sort of they come close and you're like oh no, they're gonna kiss because you're a kid and you're at that point where it's just like girls, and they come close and then they just sort of like he sort of backs off a second, and she just she kind of strokes his face, and And he just sort of like strokes his face like under his chin, like under there, and that he
like stroking a cat or something like.
yeah, it just like strokes his skin on his face, and he just like bats a hand away, like backs off, and pulls a knife, like the little flick knife that you would expect a dick older brother of school bully to have. He basically pulls this knife and he's just like like holds it out for a second. You think he's gonna fucking stab her. Do you do anything?
No. I'm going to observe.
I'm gonna stand and watch.
Yeah, he's got a knife.
I'm gonna stand and watch.
I'm going to
him
go up with
his
my
girlfriend.
sharp pencil and write him a check.
No, I'm just going to stay there and observe.
Okay.
See how it plays out.
He stabs himself in the neck with it.
What? Himself?
He literally just like rams it into his neck, like while she's watching him, like face to face with him, and then just proceeds to cut his throat. Then flings the knife to one side and just stands there, and you can just see him like wobbling and just sort of stood there, and you can imagine like blood's just pouring all down his front because he's literally cut himself right through.
What's she doing?
She's just fucking looking at him. She's
Is it
just,
blank there? Is she showing what?
You're probably too far away. Based on where you are, you could get
But
closer,
she literally just
but you
stood
risk
there.
being seen. If you want to get closer,
I mean, but can I see the outline of her body? She just literally stood there as
she's
if.
just stood there watching him, like head on one side, just like watching him.
So I could make up my own mind that she's not really showing any.
Oh, there's no,
giving a reaction
there's no
or anything.
fear there. There's no
Right,
like
okay.
she didn't jump back or anything.
Okay.
Do you get closer?
No, I fucking run.
You literally, I was going to say, if
Well,
I
I'm a
had to make a
12-year-old,
plot
you know.
roll.
That's fine. I'm not really going for stealth. I'm just going for speed. What is it? A pluck?
Yeah, make me a pluck roll. Let's do this first because if you make me a pluck roll to stay and watch.
4 and 4. Sorry about that. That's a 2.
Okay, so you succeed long enough. You stay there before doing one. Roll me stealth again as well. Roll me a cool very quickly, just to.
6 and 4. 2.
6 and 6. Okay, so you stand there and you just watch as the body just like back on the grass. Literally just flops out of the grass, and you can imagine his front side is literally just all blood.
Okay.
He's flopped back on the grass. She's just sort of stood there and just sort of, and then turns and walks towards one of the like supports for the baseball diamond things because there's like an opening in the fence there. Do you go or do you wait for another second or two?
So whereabouts is she now?
She's walking away from you.
I mean, is she at the fence or?
It looks like somebody's holding open the fence for her.
Right. No, I'm just going to stay for a few seconds, let her get out.
Okay. Would you like to roll me an insight?
There's 6, 4 and 1, so it's 11.
Okay. So success with the shift. The person holding open the fence for her, and this will be the last thing, is Todd Johnson.
Okay. Right.
It is an exact, as though the last few minutes hadn't happened, as though he's just sort of like something, he is there holding open the fence for her. Kind of courteously, but he's literally just like, just like sort of lets her through. And that is where we will leave this evening.